What's going on, motherfuckers? Welcome to the Crocs and Hot Pockets podcast. My name is Knackers, and today is Sunday, December 16th, 2018, and this is episode number 80. This episode is a free-for-all, and I'm joined tonight by Mr. Vans Man, SaltySam, and the MiddleAgedStream. Vans, how you doing tonight?
Solid.
So, MiddleAgedStream, how about you?
What's crack-a-lackin'?
Hey, buddy. And SaltySam, what's going on, man?
Not much, man.
Good to see you. All right, we're going to get to these guys in just a hot second. During the show, if you would like to ask a question to be answered during the Q&A portion at the end of the podcast, you can use the exclamation Q command in chat. If we're not live and you'd like to ask a question or submit any kind of feedback, feel free to shoot me an email at crocs@knackers.com. And lastly, if you enjoy the podcast and you would like to support the show without spending a goddamn dollar, please consider leaving a review for the podcast on iTunes. Next up, we're going to go around the room. We're going to introduce you to all the beautiful gentlemen here. So, Vans, we'll start with you, dog.
Hello, my name is Vans. All caps, no spaces. You can find me on Twitter at I'm Vans, all caps with 2 S's, no spaces. And if you want any other social media, you're going to have to look for that.
Secrets.
My name is Jimmy, aka MiddleAgedStream. You can find me here on Twitch at MiddleAgedStream. Also on Instagram by the same MiddleAgedStream, no D on the Twitter.
And my name is SaltySam. You can find me on Twitch at SaltySam, Twitter at TheSaltySam, Instagram, Salty all day.
Team meeting.
Yes.
When I put a certain order of people in the script,
And then you violate that order in the
fucking
script.
Order.
You violated it.
Oh my God!
When you asked what was up, you said Vans, MiddleAgedStream, then me.
That's kind of why. And then I just assumed, and then I didn't look back at the script, and then realized I screwed it up.
Don't you?
It's my fault.
This is my show. Shut the fuck up and do what I want. Yeah, I can't figure out if I want to put the guest first or just not ask the guest anything and just have them sit there and be quiet the entire show. Just completely silent. So yeah, no, that was my fault. So I'm sorry. My name is Knackers. You guys can find me on this very channel, or you can hunt me down on Twitter and Instagram at Knackers with 3 A's. We're Knackers across the board now, fellas. Woo! God. Such a
baby.
first world problem, but when it all comes together, it's pretty nice.
Especially because nowadays it literally takes like a decade to make that happen.
Serious, especially on Twitch, where there's like, yeah, we'll recycle names, but sometime.
Yeah. The guy who fucking has my tag on Twitter hasn't posted since 2014. And he posted like 6 times. And all of them were just like shit talking people's political posts.
Oh, your favorite.
And that's it. And I still can't get it ever. I never will. Cocksucker.
You genuine cocksucker. The door's stuck. All right. What are we drinking tonight, fellas?
I am drinking that solid water.
What about your boy?
Well, before we started, I had like half a Diet Mountain Dew that was already half flat. So.
Oh my God. Well, okay. First of all, why diet?
The water's the upgrade, huh?
Why diet?
Because my mom didn't buy me the regular. She got it for me for my birthday. So like she brought it into work, and I wasn't gonna say, Mom, it's diet, because it was just a nice gesture. So
you know this free stuff, Mom? It's shit. Smash.
Yeah, water.
All right, salty syllable.
I am drinking Flying Dog Bloodline. It's a blood orange ale in a frosty mug, straight out of the freezer.
Very nice. Does it have like a citrus taste to it?
Oh yeah, it's like a citrus finish.
Oh, nice.
No, it's really good. It's probably, what was it like? It's 7%.
Oh, that'll get you
But
going.
I mean, we went to the football game 2 weeks ago or last weekend. I took Vans and my wife, and bunch of other people, and we went to a Redskins game, and I was just slamming them in the parking lot. You
Who-
could drink them fast as shit.
Who won?
Well, not us. Redskins never fucking win. What are you talking about?
So
They got shit on by the Giants.
Is that why you were pounding them in the parking lot, just preparing yourself?
I didn't even necessarily want to go because it was cold as balls that day. And my wife's a Giants fan, so we normally, if we go to any games at all, we go to the Giants-Redskins game.
Is it an outside arena?
It is.
Oh, fuck.
Is this still FedEx Field?
Yeah.
Yep.
For now.
I just finished off I don't remember what it was called, like Twist, like a farmhouse beer. But that was just from earlier with dinner. I had pizza and I grabbed it's called Professor Black. It is a sour cherry stout.
An owl?
Yes, that is an owl.
Put it closer to the camera for Vans, please.
Out of all the things you could have noticed.
Right. Looking for an owl and everything.
But it's good, and it's nice. It's sour and stout don't always mix, but I like this one. So check the script.
My name's Knackers, and this is the Crocs and Pocket Nasties. I'm drinking a fucking Vin Diesel, brother. I every time I go to the liquor store, I just grab Coronas. They're cheap, they're tasty. I don't really give a shit. I want tasty beers, but when I go to the tasty beer section and it's $15 for a 4-pack of sours, it's so hard for me to drop that money on
For liquid.
Yeah, it's like I love good beers and I love craft beers. I also love shitty beers. Here I'm drinking a nice cold Vin Diesel. What do you know? But it's so difficult for me to now. What I can do is like sometimes I'll grab like a 4-pack of sours and then I'll go grab some Vin Diesels or whatever. But it's when it comes down to like, oh, this is how much money I have allotted for free spend this paycheck. And then I walk out of the liquor store and I'm like, man, well, there goes half my money for the next 2 weeks. It's hard to go back and keep doing it. I love the beer, but sometimes you just gotta go cheapo.
No, I get it. But that's the thing. There's actually, if you know what you're looking for, you can get, there's some craft stuff that's out there that's about as cheap as a Corona 6-pack. That's craft.
I'm just gonna FaceTime you the next time I go to that liquor store.
I help you out, buddy. I'll help you out.
That liquor store, okay, so you know how that liquor store is laid out with the parking lot. Some lady was parked up against the building, put it in reverse, never stopped. Just went and did a full
180?
one more quarter. 270?
270?
270. And then just rear-ended with her rear into the building and just busted the fucking wall. Took out that wall of refrigerators. It's been like that for probably like 3 or 4 months. Place got
Holy hell.
fucked up. The best part was they got it all on camera, so they just watched it happen.
That shit was on the news.
Yeah, it's too bad. It was the cliche story of it was like an older lady who just got frazzled and just couldn't do anything about it. It was sad. So
Well, at least we know she won't be doing it anymore.
right. Nope. Moral of the story: don't drink and drive, lady.
Yeah.
Christ. All right.
Grandma lost her license.
What's even funnier is there's you know those not picket signs but lawn signs that you stick in your front lawn like I'm voting for Gary. There's one of those like
And fuck Gary.
somebody's walking by just fucking kicking stuff. They have one of those signs. It's like Periwinkle Construction, the quickest response time, whatever. And it's been sitting there for like 3 or 4 months or something.
Not a goddamn nail's been driven yet.
Nope, just some good old plywood and some duct tape. All right, before we get into some gaming news and discussion, what we're going to do is get into what we all have been up to lately. So, Mr. Vance, man, we're going to start with you. What you been up to lately, man?
I've been up to quite a bit, actually. The past couple weeks, I've just been buying dumb stuff. I still haven't bought my Christmas presents. I know what I'm gonna buy, but I haven't.
If you're
bought
buying them online, you better buy them soon, dude.
it. No, I'm not.
Them shipping dates are fucking retarded right now.
Yes, they are.
I already have an idea for everyone, so it won't take much.
Almost everything I've tried to order has been too close for comfort.
And does
This
it
week.
say
like shit I was buying this week that was like the 21st, and I'm like, I don't know about that, dude. I'm not willing to risk it.
I feel for all the UPS drivers out there.
Oh, and now you
Yeah.
see them doubling up where it's two dudes in a
Yeah.
truck.
Yep, got all the temps in. Those poor fuckers have to come down my driveway like 4 times a week.
Just think
That's
how
so
different
terrible.
it is to be a UPS or FedEx or a postal worker now as opposed to 10 years ago with online ordering and shopping.
Oh,
'cause
a nightmare.
It's gotta be.
Absolutely.
And
But
you know
at
they
the
didn't
same
get no
time, you're
raise.
giving a shitload of people work. So
That's true.
No, it's
I
true,
mean,
but
for any of you kids out there that are old enough to be able to ride in the front seat of your car, working as a temporary worker during the holiday season for UPS is a crazy hard job, but you instantly make a crap ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll pay 16-year-olds $10 an hour to start. And even if you only work for like 4 or 5 months, you're going to make a few $100 and be out of there. Much richer. You
that-
work like 10-hour days. Too.
Like getting a door into working at OPS is actually really good. UPS pays for college. Like
Yeah.
they're actually very, very generous.
if you get hired on full time.
Right. If you suck enough dicks.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Well, other than that, what things I got some vinyls that I've ordered in summer, the beginning of summer, and they are just now coming in.
Did you mass drop them?
No, I have one that I'm still waiting on. One that I'm still waiting on, and I was gonna get one for an album that just released, but the initial shipping date isn't for another 10 to 12 weeks, or no, it's 12 to 14 weeks, and it always, every single vinyl I've ever bought has always gotten pushed back. So I was not about that life.
Ugh.
Fucking pre-orders, man.
Yeah. But I got some speakers. You can see the ghetto wire for the rear ones. I got the Logitech ZS something, a letter 906. It's like a home theater system, and it's like a home theater
Is
system.
this the 5.1?
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah. It's the
It's
same
sick.
one I had in my office before.
I love it. I didn't really expect much, especially since it was on sale, but I love it. I actually love the little box it comes with. It's super like cheap plastic, but the fact you have a volume knob and you can adjust all the different speakers individually is sick. And it comes with a cute little remote.
Ooh, so cute.
And then I also got a new phone for my birthday,
what'd you get?
10s Max.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Join
I-
the club.
I actually got this case tonight. It's real bamboo.
Ooh.
It's just a real sleek case. I liked it, and it was only like $9. So,
Not bad.
but I love the phone. Oh my god, going from a 6S to that.
Holy moly,
That's
dude.
Yeah.
a big jump. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like the reason I love Apple is because you go from such a drastic change in device, but it's the exact same. Like I hit the start whatever, and it shows the thing on your old phone, and you pretty much take a picture of it, and everything starts downloading to it. Like it's dumb simple. And I got the Apple TV tonight, and same thing. You just hold your phone up to it, and it just automatically syncs everything. It's just so easy.
It's so awesome.
Love
I
it.
knew you had canned Bud Light. I
I
see
drank the
you.
rest of the fucking bloodlines.
I
at the
see
game.
you. Oh.
So, have you gotten used to the swipe up home screen
Yeah,
feature yet?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. The only time it gets me is when I'm deleting apps or I'm moving apps. Every time I'll usually hit the home button to stop it from the shake thing. And that's the only time where I have to like double check myself.
Okay.
But other than that, it's so nice.
All gravy.
It's just so natural. The only thing I do miss, I don't know if it doesn't or if it's the same one here, but the 3D touch thing where you touch the side, like you hard press the side and then you pull it over and it brings up all that. Is that gone?
I think
Yeah.
3D touch for the most part is gone. Yeah.
Like I love that. I love 3D touch gestures. That's the one thing I miss a lot.
I think it still exists in Messages app so that you
No,
can.
yeah, there is some things, but it seems like they just took a lot of it out.
Yep. Which is weird.
I know. I thought it was a cool feature because it's like you can do multiple things with one type of, movement. I don't know.
Right.
I thought it was cool. Huh?
You fucking
back, Mr. Robot.
It sounded like you just got terminated. Like it went
God.
and then just ended.
Am I good now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because it dropped earlier for like a couple seconds, but it was when someone else was talking, so it was cool.
Oh, okay.
But we went to the Redskins game, like Salty was saying. That was fun. Redskins got destroyed, so we were hearing it, but
Fucking stadium was empty at
Yeah.
halftime.
it was pretty sad.
They filled the top probably 10 rows of the stadium with like bullshit with like tarps over seats so that it looked like it was full on camera, but there was halftime, nobody was there.
Yeah,
Dang.
it was.
Yeah. Last time we went to that exact same game 2 years ago, it took us almost an hour just to get out of the parking lot after the game. This game, we literally didn't have to stop.
Oh my lord.
We went straight out, right back on 95, right back on the road.
And the fact that I went at halftime to get food and it took me less than like 5 minutes to get through the line, get my order, and then get my food. I mean, I was cool with that, but it was just kind of depressing. They won today, so that's cool. But yeah, my birthday was this past week. I turned 20.
Woo!
Old
Yeah.
man.
Vans is growing up. What the fuck?
I don't want to be 20, man. I want to be like 8 forever.
What? 8?
Yeah.
You still want to be shitting yourself and sucking on mom's titties? Nah, dog.
Wait, what?
Uh-huh.
You were doing that at 8?
Can we reschedule this podcast, please?
You can just edit that part out, right?
Can we just submit this as evidence? And then yeah, I got a new TV tonight. A 50-inch LG 4K.
Bro, new
Nice.
phone,
Fucking blowing down.
new TV, surround sound, Apple TV. Hot damn, brother.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting paid this week, so I just wanted to buy something. I wanted a new TV for a long time. I've had like a 32-inch, like old, like 1080p Vizio for so long, and I needed something, an upgrade, and this is awesome. I love it.
Don't you love when you get the itch just to spend money because you just want to?
No, I hate it because I get it all the time. Like I like these. I have so many headbands. I don't need any more, but I keep buying them for no reason.
Well, I mean, that's
Me and
Just gotta
shoes.
fucking make more money and then it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Shoes too. I almost bought another pair this weekend. I'm glad they sold out. Yeah. All right.
He's-
So
Look in the mirror that's
Yeah.
behind him.
yeah, that's
Those are all shoe boxes too.
Oh my God.
That shoe right there is that blue pair, and it goes all the way over. Those are boxes, and then there's 3 shelves on either side. One of those, every one of the ones on that side are filled.
Wow.
I would make
And
a
I got a
comment.
shelf on the outside of my room.
I would make a comment about how your mirror is conveniently placed next to the bed, but it's probably so you can just look at your shoes before you fall asleep.
It is. That's why it's angled like that.
They're still there? Good. Good. He just keeps his webcam on all the time.
But that's it. That's probably the most eventful couple weeks I've had.
What kind of games have you been playing?
Rocket League and Smash. That's it. And ever since Smash came out, I opened Rocket League like once. And other than that, I've just been playing that to death. And then yesterday, we went to a Smash tournament, like a real small Smash tournament. Like it was just me, my buddy, and a couple of his friends. And there was like 8 people. And it's funny how it worked. I ended up taking 4th, but the third place guy didn't pay his way in, so I got the third place prize, which is the Smash Bros. The new guidebook. So it gives you all the moves, all the damage percentages, like combo setups and everything. It's so nice.
You best scan that shit to PDF, homeboy. Upload that shit to the cloud.
It's really nice though. Like, I never knew it was so detailed. Like, every character it goes through, shows every single move, it grades their speed and everything, shows how many jumps they have and every stat you can imagine. It's so sick.
Awesome.
I definitely would have bought that by myself if I hadn't gotten it.
Did you switch characters throughout, or did you play one person?
Now, well, we were playing. It's funny that it was all Smash Ultimate prizes. We were playing the Smash for Wii U because that's what everyone has kind of played before. But I started off as Marth, and then I was getting real predictable, so I switched to Zero Suit, and I should have won third. Like, I'm so mad I didn't win third. I got some good combos in, but what can you do? And this guy won first.
What?
Yeah, he got, okay, so the prizes were, first gets a controller, like the new GameCube controller. Second,
Oh shit.
Second is Captain Falcon amiibo, and then I got the third place prize for the book, which it was sick because we all just paid like $5 and
Hell yeah.
well, not all of us, but yeah. It was really fun though. Like, after that we just played a lot of Ultimate. And then beforehand we were playing a bunch of just casual stuff too. Like 8-player Smash. Chaos, but a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And then Rocket League. I've actually low key been on like a super like low down league. I've been on a team for that. And then this past season ended, well, the championship is actually tonight. But our team started off horribly. I came in towards the middle of the season, got on the team, and we won every single game towards the end. So we almost made the playoffs, but it was like by points. I think if one of the games we won weren't by a forfeit, we would have been in playoffs for our points. But yeah, and every single one of the ones that I was playing in was a sweep. That's not saying anything.
No quinkydink.
No, it's been a lot of fun. One of them got streamed. One of the games I played in got streamed, and that was the last game of the season, and we allowed 1 goal. Wow. And I think we scored like 16 throughout the 3 games.
No shit.
So yeah, but I think this season we have, like, if we don't make playoffs, I'm off. Like, that's it.
Good shit, man. I miss Rocket League. I miss it very much.
If you ever want to really get back in, this league is sick because it's like anywhere from bronze to diamond 3 has their own league, and then it's champ 1 to champ 2 has their own, and then they have champ 3 to grand champ in this next season. They're separating those two. So,
I would have to quit my job if I started playing Rocket League again.
It's not like super like intense though. Like,
every game is intense, fans.
I mean, they have set days for like streamed games, but other than that, you can kind of play them whenever.
Okay.
I'm not steady playing Rocket League like that. Like I said, ever since Smash came out, I've been playing that nonstop. But
good shit.
I'm still whooping ass in Rocket League. I mean, come on.
How are you playing it with a GameCube controller now that Smash is out?
That would be crazy. I've actually looked into trying to do that just to meme, but I haven't found anything.
Word.
But yeah, so that's it. That's literally the only games I've launched. Oh, Madden, but that's franchise mode.
Yeah.
Just my character. But
Sweet.
I haven't really been doing much of shit. I've been hunting basically every day I've been off, which, to those that don't know, is just sitting and freezing your ass off in peace and quiet for a couple hours. But I don't know why, now that there's so much chaos with a toddler in the house, and work is fucking crazy all the time, and it's winter, so everybody's just like cabin fever and stir crazy. It's just super nice to just sit in the woods and just do jack shit. The first day I went out there, I brought my headphones, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not going to sit here and like listen to podcasts or audiobooks. I'm just going to sit and just fucking relax. So that's been sweet. I think the 5th day, it was actually on Vans' birthday. I did get a doe while we were out, so dropped that off at the Mennonites last Tuesday, and
So
they've
you
got
gave
like
the Amish your meat.
yeah, giving my meat to the Amish so they can cut it off. And they have all these like the fucking butcher shop is amazing because everything is propane, natural gas, and diesel, and they have diesel powered refrigeration trucks. So they're actually just 48-foot semi-truck trailers that have the refrigeration on it, just like what they use to deliver groceries and shit to the stores. And they just have it running off of a diesel motor. The whole compressor runs off of diesel. So they have tracks and everything. It's fucking amazing. Anybody who's ever wanted to see like the most technologically advanced and yet old as fuck way to butcher.
I just imagine
all the lights inside are all old school gas lamps, like Coleman gas lanterns that use little 1 pound cylinders. They have big, almost like chandeliers of gas lamps inside, so they can work at night.
Oh my god!
Yeah, because what they'll do is they only actually cut once a week. So they cut on Tuesday. I killed a deer on Wednesday, or I took the deer in on Wednesday, and they don't cut again until this coming, like 2 days from now. So they'll wait until they fill like a whole trailer up with deer, and then butcher all day. And they package it and label it and do everything for you. They make sausage. I got spicy sausage from them, so they're gonna take all the trimmings and stuff and make spicy sausage from it.
Dude,
Like I asked the guy, I was like, because I was telling Knackers earlier, I've hunted my entire childhood, and then I took like 15 years off, and now I'm hunting again for the first time. So the last time I hunted for deer, I was like 14 or 15 years old. I've never killed a deer, so I'm like, this motherfucker's heavy as shit. How much meat is going to come off of this deer? And when I asked the guy that, he's like, oh, it'd probably be like 60 pounds. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do with 60 pounds of fucking meat? So like I had to plug in, I have like a chest freezer that I literally just keep unplugged all year round. And then in the summertime, I plug it in and I fill it full of bags of ice. So I'd never have to go out for ice when I have parties and shit. And then, so I plugged that in, and then I immediately started like, I'm already pawning off my meats
there you go.
on the public.
Salty Sam's gonna fucking back his pickup truck into like a crowded area, and then all the people are just gonna congregate like it's a Great
Merry
Depression.
Christmas.
Woo!
Meats for everyone.
Who wants the meat sausage?
Yeah. So I've basically just been hunting and working. And I put this in the script. My wife she got a one of her friends had like a Christmas party last night, and she gave her a cookbook for Christmas. And this cookbook had chicken and dumplings in it, like homemade from scratch, cooked chicken all fucking day, like deglazing the pans, making your own stock, like the whole shit, and deboning. It was so fucking good. It was the best. Imagine the best homemade chicken soup you've ever fucking had, and then just drop biscuits in it. So goddamn good. So that was tonight. That was right before the show. So I was super full, which is partially why I'm like food drunk. So then I was just like, I'm just gonna slam the rest of these beers.
Yeah.
And then of course holiday shit. There's just so much to do. I've got a pile of crap in the garage I have to wrap, and for the other dad on this occasion, he knows about assembly required.
Oh yeah.
So that's going to be my next 2 weeks, is basically just assembling shit,
Oh,
hiding
man.
it under tarps and bags and shit in the garage.
Along with the meat.
My wife actually does most of the assembly type stuff around the house. And not always, but a lot of times she ends up putting shit together more so than I do. So
Sure, my wife will put together the toys, but like any of the bigger shit, Like his birthday, he got a bike, so we had to put that together.
I
Like,
just pay someone else to do it now.
Christmas this year, he's getting his first big bed.
Nice.
Oh, there you
So,
go.
like he's
yeah.
got like the little toddler bed that has
Mhm.
basically a crib mattress in it, and now he's gonna get his first big bed.
You
So,
like that?
Is it a race car?
No, I'm not putting that shit in my house.
I would still sleep in one of those.
Hell yeah. Give me some spinners on that shit.
We looked at a bunch of shit, and I was like, you know what? He's gonna tear this fucking bed to bits. I'm not gonna spend like $1 gajillion on anything. Let's just get him something cheap off Wayfair, see how he likes it, and then years down the road, when he's old enough to not tear expensive furniture apart, I'll just get him like one of those fucking bunk beds with like a desk under it.
Ooh, there you go.
One of those things. Because right now, I feel like if I got him a bunk bed, he'd be excited, but he'd probably almost kill himself every morning.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I gotta pee. Smash. Fuck.
Yeah.
Start the car.
We gotta go.
That's gonna be my next couple weeks. It's just wrapping and assembling and traveling. You know, both my parents and her parents are divorced and remarried, so there's a billion houses to go to.
Like your Santa.
Yeah, there's great grandmothers, there's grandparents, there's everybody. Of course, all the friends that have kids want to get together and do those gift exchanges, and I'm just like,
Fuck off.
you can't just wait till fucking January.
Right. Give us some time.
I get so stressed out in the holidays because there's just so much dysfunction everywhere. Like traffic shit every day at the store is a fucking nightmare. Work sucks because it's cold, and normally people use a lot more power when it's cold. And it's just, my house is a wreck because there's so much, like there's boxes had to get pulled out from under the stairs of decorations, and let's just go back to, I'm just, tomorrow morning I'm walking back down in the woods, and I'm just going to sit there forever and just never come back. But yeah, that's pretty much been it for me as far as gaming goes. Just installed a new map on my Ark server. One of the guys that plays with us all the time, Coyote, he has been doing most of my server work for me now. He's all trained up.
Woohoo!
So, he's server admin. So we just uploaded a new game, but I haven't even fucking played it other than to just log on to make sure it worked.
Next time you see that man, tell him I said hello and I love him and I miss him.
Will do. He's always on every fucking day. I don't even know what his Arc hours are up to.
It's got to be insane.
Last I checked, it was in the 3,000s.
Woo! Are you guys still playing on a community Discord server?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And still the same fucking, still my box,
Got it. Okay.
which I've been meaning to swap out for just a game server, but I've still been paying for a fucking virtual box this whole time.
Oh my goodness. The Salty, the guy who usually doesn't spend a lot of money, just let it all go to waste.
You have no idea. I have blown so much money this year, it's outrageous.
That's what I like to hear.
This whole getting back to hunting thing. You guys know, anybody who's known me for any length of time, especially outside of Twitch, like people who have met me in real life, will know very fast that whenever I like get my mind set on something, I'm gonna dive head first, no matter how fucking ridiculous the idea is. So, like a couple years ago, it was computers, and then like 4 or 5 years ago, it was computers, and that's when I built everything I have. Other than, I mean, my computer's probably only 2 or 3 years old, and then
Time to rebuild.
Yep.
And then I got into woodworking, so I spent like thousands of dollars building benches and tools and cabinets and all kinds of crazy shit. And it's kind of just one of those things. It's like I do it, I prove it can be done, and then I move on. So that's honestly why I'm glad hunting season is only a few months out of the year. The end of January, can't do shit until next year.
Next year, Salty's going to upgrade and look for humans.
The most dangerous game. Fucking next year, I'm gonna build a treehouse in the woods and just throw a heater in that bitch.
There you go.
And I'll basically just be doing this in the woods.
And
like I'm gonna make it big enough so that adults can sleep in this fucking treehouse.
fuck yeah.
Insulate
Sick.
everything. And then I'm just gonna fucking camp out and just get hammered in the woods.
Can you please cut a hole in the floor so that
shit
when
in?
you pee, you just have to plank your floor?
I knew that's where he was going.
That would be
Immediately.
so like, who can ever say that they laid completely flat on the ground and then peed?
That would look crazy from
Yeah,
down
yes,
under.
it would.
It's just a fucking glory hole. Is what you're telling me to build into this treehouse for kids.
And then, unfortunately, because of the cold, your dick's just gonna shrivel up into the treehouse, and you're just gonna piss on your own floor.
I'm just gonna build like a porch. You can just piss off
Just
the
piss off
rail.
the porch. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're safer from coyotes off the porch as well.
We don't have coyotes here.
You don't?
Not yet.
Okay.
They will be everywhere eventually, but
They roam around. I mean, you know where I live. They're roaming the streets around here. Just
pretty much everywhere in the fucking United States.
crazy.
Except for here. I don't know why. It's probably because the county I live in is like a fucking peninsula. There's
That would
rivers on
make
all
sense.
sides. There's nowhere for them to go.
Yep.
But anywho, that's it for me.
Sweet.
Tweet.
Let's see. Non-gaming. I just got back. I was gone all weekend. Our family has a ranch property, has a few hundred acres here in Texas that I went. Every year I do a hunting trip, kind of weekend away that I go with some of the coaches I work with. It's kind of fun. We just kind of hang out. It's a bunch of dudes just drinking beer, talking shit, get to fish and hunt and relax in some silence. There is something very relaxing about just sitting in silence in a deer blind and just the sound of nature around you. You can't hear any noise pollution, and it's just, I don't know. It really recharges you, at least for me, and even if, like sometimes I'll just go out and hang out. I don't necessarily even hunt all the time, but it was good. The weather was really nice. I mean, it got cold late at night and early in the morning, but it was fine. And got to fish a little bit, and that was nice. Didn't catch anything worth keeping, but it's still fun just to drink beer and throw a line out in the water. And then soccer's been going on. We're like a few weeks into practices now, but we have our first games coming up here in just a couple weeks, so
How's the team looking?
they look good. There's a lot of this is my first year as a head coach, so it's been a learning period for me too. But I'm fortunate that the guys I have a huge amount of seniors on the team, like a ridiculous amount actually, and there's a lot of good leadership, and they're a real fun group to hang around. Like I don't. There's been times in teams I've been on or been coaching in the past that it's been just not, it's kind of a drag sometimes because but everybody's just, they love the game. They
They're all
love
on
coming to
board.
practice. They're all on board, and it seems to be good. So if we can stay healthy, I think we could have a really good year this year. So that's going on. What else? Finishing up school. So I get off work after this week. Friday's my last day of work, with the exception of I'll have 2 weeks off. I have some soccer practice and some games during the break, but that's not the majority of my break. I'll have most of 2 weeks off. 2 weeks off of work, so that'll be nice. And then what else? Christmas shopping done. I finished. And I took your advice. My wife did fill out the Amazon wish list. And I said, I pretty much ordered every fucking thing she put on her wish list, with a couple exceptions, just because they said that it wasn't going to arrive till like January on a couple things that weren't like prime items.
Jeez.
So I was like, nah, by that point, it's not going to matter. So, but that was a good idea. And I told my wife, like, well, you won't be surprised about what you're getting, but you'll like what you're getting.
Yeah.
And let's see. Okay. So this is, and I posted this in Discord and whatnot. But so I came home today. I've been out of town since Friday, And I hadn't even told my wife because like my wife had asked me like what I wanted for Christmas and whatnot, and I'm like, honey, you know, you could get me whatever, some whiskey, some beer that the beer that I like, or you could get me like there's a couple games out. You could get me like a game or what. It doesn't matter, Well, I'm easy. So I get home today, and my son says, "Hey, he wanted to show me something upstairs." And I could kind of tell something was off because he looked like he was about to like burst out laughing or just giggling, And I'm like,
those are terrible liars.
yeah. Like he said, I got to show you this Lego kit I built. I'm like, you built a Lego kit? Okay. So I go upstairs and he's like standing there we have like a game room, family room in the upstairs part of our house. And he's just kind of standing there in the doorway with like this sheepish grin on his face. And I round the corner and I could see he's like looking at like the corner of the room that I can't see as I'm walking through the doorway. But I can hear something, like I can hear like music or whatever. So I round the corner and there is a Street Fighter 2 arcade cabinet in the corner of the house.
Wow.
That my wife, she knows how much I love. That was like one of my favorite games growing up. And she found like one of the little replica cabinets and she bought one and had it surprised. She gave it to me early because she wanted me to, one, be able to play some with Frankie. Two, she didn't know how with me. She thought this was going to be the only chance she had to kind of sneak it in because I was going to be gone all weekend and get it built.
Right.
Plus,
And
how would you hide that?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm also hosting a team party for the soccer team on the last day of school. Like they're going to come over and have barbecue. And she's like, I wanted to make sure you had a chance to beat some of those teenagers' asses when they come over on Friday night. And I laughed and it was awesome. It was cool. And so like I played, and that's what I was doing before because my son wanted to play and I was trying to teach him how to do some of the moves. I let him win a couple times just because,
You didn't even let me win.
Well, you're not 7, Shit,
Or
you're a
his
grown-ass
son.
man. I'll beat your ass every day.
The hell? Thought we were friends. Shit.
But
That's fucking awesome.
it is really cool, man. And I've always wanted to have my own arcade cabinet and to have the game that I played. I've put more quarters into that arcade machine than any other arcade machine I've ever played in my life. And so I thought that was a really cool, really thoughtful gift. And
That's awesome.
So it was nice. It was a cool moment. My son likes it, so I'm gonna teach him how to play, and it's a cool little thing to have in the house. So,
Yep.
But
If I ever build another shop or when my son is old enough to move the fuck out, I'm putting an arcade in.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to have a few, even if it's just like 2 or 3. So like you could have a couple multiplayer style fighting games or something like that, or just do 2 retro pies.
yeah.
And
I mean, there's
fucking just do it up. So you can
as
have,
much
like,
as
4
you know
people
about
playing at the same time.
craftsmanship, you could easily, I'm sure you could build one yourself.
Yeah, the cabinets themselves aren't shit. And I
Yeah.
feel like at this point, most of now that everything's getting fucking banned, all the ROMs are getting fucking removed.
Mhm.
It'll get harder, but it'll still be possible.
Oh yeah, but it was cool, man. And so I guess non-gaming, sort of gaming. That was what's been going on. Gaming wise, still playing Red Dead 2.
What are you smirking for?
Who, me?
Yeah, you started smiling. You were thinking about something. You thinking about some boobies?
No, I was thinking about how many times like in a row I kicked your ass at Street Fighter 2.
God
It was really
damn it! It was too much. I was so mad.
good. It was hilarious.
Oh,
For the record,
I knew you were smirking about something.
it's good, and it makes me smile too because whenever you get a chance to come visit down here, well, it'll be the first thing we do. We'll just walk upstairs and be like, "Hey, man, let's play some arcade games." Here.
If it's not a Joy-Con, I have a chance.
It's a regular arcade. It's like an arcade cabinet.
All right, all right.
There you go. Red Dead 2. I've been playing Smash Ultimate, which we got to play a little together, which was awesome. Even over Wi-Fi, it was good. I mean, there was only like one time I think we had a lag issue in one match, and it was over in like 5 seconds.
It's a great drinking game.
Oh my god, yeah, it was just really a whole lot of fun. Ninja Gaiden, I'm getting closer and closer to beating that son of a bitch, but I still haven't beaten it yet. And then I got a game called The Messenger. It's a it's a retro it's a indie game that's like a retro style game, but it's kind of a hybrid between Ninja Gaiden and Metroid. I can't really explain it. I have not only a couple hours into it, but it was on sale on the Switch, like indie they were selling some indie titles and it was really cheap, so I bought it because I read the reviews and said it was good, and I love it. So I played a little bit of that on stream. I plan on finishing that, or at least attempting to finish that. And then, of course, a little bit more of the Let's Go Pikachu. So yeah, that's been my gaming. I plan on, now that the holidays are coming up, I'm gonna have some time off. I'm gonna have a lot of time to play all those and then play some other games, and I really am looking forward to it because, oh man, as much fun as I've had this year, I'm also looking forward to time off. So
good man,
but
as
yeah,
you should.
That's pretty much it for me.
Dope. As far as I go regarding the past 2 weeks since we've had a free-for-all podcast, one of the main things I have been doing, not gaming wise, is building those macro pads and those keyboards, doing some of those craft streams. That shit is so much fun. And I'm ready to build a full keyboard. Like, I'm ready to go all out and try build a full one. Really, really awesome experience. I built 2 launch pads, a gherkin, and a Sweet 16 macro pad for Weenie for her to use on her stream. And I can't believe I didn't fuck up the keyboard, the gherkin, which is the 30 switch one. The fact that went off without a hitch is crazy. I tried making, I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. I was trying to make this launch pad yesterday, and I accidentally soldered the Pro Micro to the PCB before soldering all of the switches. And spent, I don't know, probably an hour plus trying to desolder the Pro Micro. Was not happening. And there are considerable burn marks all over this PCB, and somehow this thing still freaking works. Like, a $7 microcontroller had at least, I don't know, 10 minutes of direct heat with a soldering iron and still works. So that was the majority of non-gaming for my past 2 weeks. I had a work bowling party. I didn't really keep track of everybody else's score, but I'm pretty sure I wrecked everyone. I think I had like a 130 or something like that, but everybody was pretty toasty at that point. Not everybody bowled. It wasn't a fair assumption to make. But I wrecked everybody that I bowled with. It was Jess and then one other coworker. But
You know, that's weird because the last time I bowled, I wrecked everyone I bowled with.
once out of 3 games. But bowling's, that's kind of like one of my favorite things to go out and do now, is just go out, grab some drinks, have some shitty bar food, and and I got it's a white elephant where you steal the gifts from the other people. Or is that Naughty Santa? Yeah. I can't remember which one it is.
White elephant.
I ended up getting a $50 gift card to Home Depot. Well, okay.
Ooh.
First, I got a $25 gift card to Chili's, which I was equally excited about. And then not everybody showed up, so there was 4 gift cards still available. And they're like, "Hey, does anyone want to try a 1 attempt trade?" And I said, "Fuck yeah!" Why not? Like, I already love the gift card I have. If I can get something else, why not? So did a trade, opened it up, and it was fucking Home Depot. And Weenie actually called it before I walked up there, because I would get up there and I would hold up multiple packages and let her pick. And before I went up there, she's like, "Watch, you're going to go up there and you're going to get a gift card to like Lowe's." And I said, I would fucking love a gift card to Lowe's, of course. And then sure enough, open it up, Home Depot gift card. So
Nice.
Still trying to think of what I need to go get with that. I think I want to get some lumber because I want to build a little shelf for Weenie's office. I want to build a super low profile shelf for like craft room tools in there because we don't have a whole lot of space. So I might end up getting some lumber, or I might put that towards a good circular saw, because I do not have a circular saw. I only have a jigsaw, and it's not great at all for making straight cuts. It's, if you can sand afterwards, jigsaw is cool. If you don't plan on sanding, good fucking luck, because that thing's gonna be jiggly as shit.
So good. Just make sure you buy wired.
Oh yeah, I'm not about the cordless life for all those tools. I'd rather just have them corded.
If I was using them all the time, it would make sense. but I'm not, and I need it to work when the fuck I need it to work.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah, and the only battery operated things that I've been really impressed with are my Makita power drills. Like I have a hammer drill and a regular drill, and those batteries last forever and they charge in 10 minutes.
They're all fucking lithium ion now.
Yep. But
Great.
for
And they
like
also all come with 2 now, which didn't used to be the fucking case.
right. And also the amount of times I've been in the middle of drilling and then the battery literally dies in the middle of trying to put a screw in. I don't want that to happen when I'm cutting bigger stuff. That's just sounds terrible.
You literally have a 10-inch blade spinning 3,600 RPMs in your face.
Right. And then like, okay, well, I got the new battery in. I'm just going to get this blade into this tiny little
Do a
slit.
little punch cut.
Oh, God. Had an anniversary celebration with my lovely girlfriend, Matt Weenie. We went out to, we failed. We tried going back to a restaurant that we went to last year and got all the way there, and then they were closed for refreshing the environment or whatever the fuck the piece of paper said.
AKA health department.
Right, yeah. So they're closed down. We found an awesome, it was called like street food. Oh, what was it? Street fish? Something. It was like awesome. Why can't I think of words?
Food truck?
Fish food.
Seafood?
Seafood. Holy fuck. I could not think of that word. Fish food. Jesus. It was a street seafood place. And
What's the place that has the sauce and the noodles? What kind of food is that?
I hate you so much. I couldn't think of it. Went there. Was an hour wait. Went to another place in town that seemed good. So we were walking in and I looked over and I saw like the portion sizes, and it had Modern Bistro in the title of the restaurant.
Goodbye.
Walked in, grabbed the menu. I got myself a nice egg white whiskey sour that was quite fantastic. I wish I didn't know that they used egg whites to make frothy alcoholic beverages. That was new. It was
Some, not all.
yeah. Unfortunately, it was $13 or $12 or $13 for a cute little Great Gatsby Leonardo. I almost said Da Vinci DiCaprio glass. It was super tiny. And then look at the menu, and it's like appetizers, mac and cheese, $14. I'm like, oh well, all right, let's keep moving on down.
Craft.
Burger, base burger, $20. To add an egg was $3. To add bacon was $4. And I was gonna suck it up.
What are they cooking with?
I was gonna suck the expensive dick. It was the anniversary. I was ready to throw down for it. And then I'm like, all right, I'm getting a burger. What are you getting? And Winnie's just, no. Just shaking her head. So we
GG's, Weenie.
we grabbed, yeah, it's a good move on her part.
Let's go to Red Lobster, get some cheddar biscuits.
We're going to be able to pay the mortgage.
And some Red Lobster's lobster mac and cheese is actually pretty stellar. You get a little bit of diarrhea afterwards, but it's totally worth it.
That was what I was about to say. Was I have never eaten at a fucking Red Lobster and not had terrible stomach bug issues.
Yeah.
So it might taste good at the time, but the problem is that they feed you like 48 of those fucking garlic and cheddar biscuits.
Yes.
So you get the shits because you've eaten like 18 cloves of garlic and 40 pounds of salt before you walk out of there.
So okay, here's the thing. If you have a place that you love to eat and the only symptom afterwards is just painless diarrhea, would you keep going back?
Painless.
Yeah, just like you go to
Painless?
I go to McDonald's all the time, yeah.
It's like you eat, you go home, you go to take a poopy, and it's just brown Niagara Falls. You don't know stomach pain. It's a one wiper and doneer. It's simple. Do you keep going back?
Absolutely.
No.
No.
Like I go to fucking. I've been to Red Lobster maybe like a dozen times in my life,
Okay.
and that's over the course of 30 years.
Okay.
I haven't been since my now wife worked there, and that was
Since
like
the
6
last
years ago.
incident.
Is that how you guys met? She had to pass you some toilet paper underneath the partition.
Whoa.
No, she used to work there, but I never ate there.
Okay. What about you,
There's a-
Jimmy?
there's a pizza place in town that is so good, but it's true like authentic New York style pizza, but it has, after it cooks in the oven too, it's got that little pool of grease on top, so you put down a lot of that grease, so it always gives me stomach problems the next day. But I can't help but freaking eat at least 2, more, sometimes 3, occasionally 4 slices of that pizza. If I eat more than 2 slices, which is really hard for me to just have 2 slices of pizza, man, unless I'm not hungry.
Right.
So it gets me every time, and yet we keep going back. And it's the same thing with my wife. Like it affects her the same way, but she's like, I just want that pizza.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. Like, to me, diarrhea is like refreshing. It's like when you get diarrhea without expecting it, it's like, woo! I am cleansed. Let's
I don't know about
go.
that.
Round 2.
Yeah, I'm not on board with that statement.
No, because you always, you get like the splatter on your butt cheeks, and then sometimes you got to wipe so many times your little anus gets sore.
let me ask you this, Salty. Are you one of those guys that has to take a shower after you go number 2?
No, I have the kind of luck where every time I get out of the shower, I have to shit.
And it's diarrhea.
Yeah.
I have a coworker who does that. He does that. And
Terrible.
he's a coach, so like he'll
Every
go
time?
in the yes, every time he's got to drop a load, he takes a shower. And when he drops a load at work in the morning, he gets in the shower right after.
Just tell him to poop in the shower.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't want to
It's like that fucking radio commercial.
Man.
You just blame it on the kid.
Have you ever heard that radio commercial for like diarrhea where it's like, mine's not a number 2.
Yeah.
Is there such thing as a number 3?
Yes. Yes, I have.
That's that guy.
So yeah, speaking of diarrhea, games I've been playing lately, I got back into Hitman Absolution. I played that for a whole stream. That game's so much fun. Makes me really excited to play. Hitman 2 is the most recent one.
I've been watching you play some of that. It does look really good.
It's fun. I'm terrible at stealth, obviously.
Me too.
But it's good to just fucking throw landmines at people and just dress up as them, even though their
Or
clothes are.
accidentally run over your own landmine.
Yeah, right. Have I been here before? Oh yeah, I have. Beep, 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 beep. I've been jumping back into Witcher 3, playing some Dying Light with Weenie, and then for our party night last night, 2 nights ago, we played some Call of Duty, played some Blackout, and played some multiplayer. And both of them were super fun. I enjoyed the new Call of Duty.
Multiplayer is underrated.
It actually is. I had way more fun than I thought I was going to.
I was the same way.
My only gripe with streaming it is it's impossible to pay attention to chat during a match because
It's so fast.
just go, 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 go. And holy crap, the Doritos and Mountain Dew is strong with this community because I was getting one time like nobody's business. These fucking neon guns that take out a man in like a double burst. Crazy.
Yeah.
Those have been my video games. All right, moving along to the gaming news and discussion. During the week, if any of you would like to submit any gaming or streaming related news to the show for us to possibly talk about on the show, you can post it to the hashtag news. What the? Where's the? Oh, I deleted it. Fuck, I deleted the thing that says just so you know. And I forgot to re-add it. Is it this one? Hey, okay, it's the wrong font, but that's okay. Anyways, yeah, we have a hashtag news channel that is available in the Discord. So if you want to submit news articles for us to discuss on the show, you can put them there. I want to give a shout out to Polygon, PC Gamer, Rock Paper Shotgun, VG247, and Game Sutra and Games Industry for providing all the articles that we're discussing. And also a shout out to Dirk TV, Remax, Gamers for Life, Uni, Sonder Arbor, and Matt Weenie for providing the articles. So first and foremost, just a couple quick topics that you guys should know about. Number 1, Microsoft is building its own Chrome browser to replace Edge. Number 2, Counter-Strike Global Offensive goes free to play and adds a Battle Royale mode. Number 3, Obsidian releases a trailer for The Outer Worlds. In parentheses, no microtransactions. You guys got to watch that trailer because it looks
By the
freaking
way,
dope.
How bad is it the state of the video game industry that a selling point for your game has to be no microtransactions? Doesn't that say something about us?
Yes, it does.
Yes, we're trash human
Yeah.
beings in general. Yep.
Number 4, Discord opens up its game store to all with a 90-10 revenue split. Daybreak is building a BR mode into PlanetSide in an upcoming game after Daybreak lays off 70 people. And lastly, just a reminder for you to never pre-order.
Or buy a Daybreak game.
Ever.
Unless it's Smash Brothers.
Yeah, a
Or
Daybreak.
unless they sponsor us.
Right. I'll totally take that. So,
We'll
any of
delete the
these
VOD.
topics, any of you guys want to touch on before we move along?
Why is Microsoft building a different browser?
Because Edge sucks.
It does.
They're
I think I
basically just
used it
building a Microsoft extension within Chrome.
once. Oh, okay. I only use Edge when I install an operating system to install Chrome.
Yep.
I don't use either one of them.
What do you use?
I use Firefox.
I used to use Firefox.
I love
Use-
Firefox.
I do. I used to, but I just got. I don't know. I had some things that didn't work right with Firefox, and it seems like I have less compatibility issues with Chrome.
It's the
So I
same.
switched.
It's the same reason that I could never switch over to Android OS is because of the apps. And with Chrome, it's all the extensions that it's for whatever reason, people develop extensions for Chrome first and then all of the other browsers second. So I would try and switch over, and this might be a different case nowadays, but both times I've tried to switch over to using Firefox, I just haven't been able to get all the extensions that I've wanted, and so I've backed off.
Well, I used Firefox for years and years. It wasn't really until the last couple years that I finally switched over. But this is the first. I've just built this PC, and I guess it's a little sad. I didn't install Firefox on this PC. The
don't
first
know.
time I haven't installed Firefox in years.
I use Chrome everywhere else, like at work and shit. And I'm a Google platform whore when it comes to that kind of shit. I mean, I have the Pixel 2 XL, not the new one.
Hashtag not an ad.
Hashtag not sponsored, but looking. And but I don't know. Firefox is super simple,
It is. Yeah.
and I don't really use a ton of extensions either. So
I have
No.
16 installed currently.
I have one.
Wow. I only have like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I've got
I
a
have
lot.
one, and it's not on all the time.
I have 5.
Woo!
Yeah, I just
And
I
all
use a
like
ton
a
of shit.
lot of them I use all the time. Push Bullet, Pocket, Better TTV, Block.
Oh, I take that back. I have two.
You have 2. Okay.
Because I have Frankerface, and then I have a blocker.
Oh, okay.
The block.
The most useful extension in all of history is the one that adds the view image button back to Google searches.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
That's a good one. And then
I wish everything did what Frankerface or BTTV did in chat, where you could just, like, on my phone now, I have Lens. I have Google Lens. Whenever you buy, for anybody out there who is an Android user, if you use Google phones, you will be the first to update. Just like if you're on the latest version of a cell phone, you're going to get on Apple, you're going to get your updates faster because they're built for them. But even on Google's old phones, I will get my update on this weeks before LG, Samsung. Like weeks before, because it has to pass all this third-party bullshit before it can go onto those phones.
for iOS, they do the last 5 generations of phones all on the same day.
Oh, that's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Because that's the main reason I switched to fucking Google phones is because I don't give a flying fuck about the technology, the cameras, all that shit. I mean, it's nice that the Pixel 3 has better cameras, but this phone has more memory than that one. And that's what every complaint has been about with the Pixel 3 is the camera uses up so much RAM.
But it's so good.
Because of, well, and it's all software. The
Yeah.
hardware is super simple. There's not like 16 fucking lenses on it like the rest of the phones have. all the LGs and Samsungs and shit have what, like 3 cameras now?
Yeah, there's another one coming out with 4 pretty soon.
And Red's making cell phones now, so it's a clusterfuck out there. But
I
it's
watched
nice to just have a single lens.
I watched the
and
review
be able to do the same shit.
on that Red phone. The camera
Trash.
sucks.
Yeah,
Really?
trash.
What?
That's
yeah, I
hilarious.
think I watched Marcus Brownlee's review on that
Same.
because he fucking. I mean, he said as far as like looks and shit, it was like super sleek and the design was nice and yada yada yada, but it didn't have the camera and it didn't have the fucking didn't have anything else really, and it was more expensive than everything else. So it's basically a Red camera.
Red, all you had to do was like please one customer. That one customer with their 6 million fans. All you had to do was just make that one person
and
happy.
that one customer with their 6 million fans that uses your $130,000 fucking dollar cameras.
Yeah.
Your 8K cameras. to
Drop the
film
ball.
unboxings and shit. And you fucked that up. You only had to literally. There is nobody else in that category for me as far as like consumer electronics except for Marcus Brownlee. I watch every fucking video he puts out.
He's a good man. I like that guy. Very much.
Yep. Did you see when he wrecked his, or got wrecked while driving his Tesla?
Literally.
Balls like got thrown off the road.
At that point,
Jesus.
I would just ask them to total that shit, get the check, and just buy another one.
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully it works out good for him. It would be better for him to get a brand new car than it would be to try to fix the frame on any car.
Yep.
Much less an aluminum frame on the Tesla.
All right, real quick before we get into this Twitch topic, I forgot to add Smash to the script. And so I did that because I just wanted to get real quick feedback. Vance, there's a ghost stealing your shoes. Don't. How many pair do you have?
Probably like 30.
Oh my lord.
That's a real rough estimate. I'd have to like actually.
Holy
But
moly.
yeah, 30 somewhere around there.
Okay. Speaking of Smash, is he playing Smash in the background right now?
I'm not, but he is.
He is.
He's on the final boss for Spirit Mode.
Nice. All right, Smash. What do we think so far?
I like it a lot. I haven't had time to play it the last few days just because I've been out of town and busy. But I think I've unlocked about half the characters. I'm not good at the game, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to be good at the game to have fun. That's
Not
what's
at
cool
all.
about it. And my son likes it. And I know on Christmas Day when he gets his own Switch, he's gonna lose his shit. So we're gonna be playing a lot of that game in this house for the next few months, I imagine, and really beyond that, I'm sure. So I have nothing but good things to say about it. Minor
Other than the
complaints.
online.
Well, I mean, the matchmaking needs some work, obviously, but I haven't been using that. I've only played with, just friends online. So, but I'm sure this is a game that they will likely listen to the feedback, and I'm sure it will end up getting adjusted. But those things do take time,
Yeah.
But overall, if you have a Nintendo Switch and don't have that game, well, you just must. And even you don't even have to be a fighting game fan,
Right.
You don't to enjoy it.
Do you think
'Cause
the
I know-
matchmaking is actually going to get better?
I think they're gonna be Nintendo and they're just gonna not update shit ever.
I really think that I really think this was the type of game that really is a fan service love letter type game. I would honestly be surprised if they don't make some updates to fix it. I really do. I think that they will. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just being an optimist here, but I think Nintendo, they know this could be their breadwinner for not just this holiday season, but for a long time after. So if they take care of the online portion of it,
Yeah.
they're going to
But
continue to get
still-
support.
How old is the last Smash? 8?
Oh, Smash.
I'd have to
Well,
look
it came out
up.
on the Wii U, so
Yeah.
it's probably 4 or 5, maybe 3 or 4 years old, maybe.
They're still having Super Smash Brother, like the old Melee tournaments.
Yeah.
Every fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's as far as viewing goes, that's like still the number one for watching.
You won't ever hear me say this except when I'm talking about Rocket League. Can I get some skins, please, for these characters? Like, I want some skins, brother.
I'm with you there.
I
It
think
came out in 2014. 4 years.
4 years, okay.
they can do a lot of things to monetize this game that would be cool. So,
I'm not rooting for any fucking monetization.
well,
video games.
I'm not gonna buy it. I mean, I'm not really all about buying that extra stuff necessarily, but you never know. I mean, it's a cool if it doesn't change the stats of the character. It's just all for cosmetic. I don't have any problem with it. If they do that.
What I was hoping to see was challenge unlock skins to like beat 70 Captain Falcons at once and then unlock this skin, like in-game challenges for skins.
Right,
That would be cool.
I would also
would be
buy
cool.
some skins, but I'll
would
take
totally.
both.
Yeah, as long as it's all cosmetics, I don't have any problem with it. Like Fortnite, I don't give a flying fuck that they literally make millions of dollars a day
Right.
selling skins.
Speaking of bullshit, regarding this lame ass Daybreak game that I'm sort of kind of regretting bringing any attention to, their battle pass gives you access to on map weapons that aren't accessible to non-paying people. Those weapons will become available in coming updates, coming like future seasons. It
Pay for
literally,
beta, bro.
like, they're just guns that you can pick up on the map. Like,
So it's pay to win already.
Yes.
okay.
That's terrible.
If anybody in this chat right now or anybody in the future, if I see any of you guys buy this game,
Or launch it.
I see you launch that shit in Steam, okay? We're gonna have problems. But
You're gonna message immediately.
here's the thing: they're not gonna launch it on Steam. They're gonna launch it on Discord so that they can get the most revenue they can out of this shit, and then they're gonna bounce.
Yep. Because
That
people
makes
will
sense.
buy it. People are stupid. Like they'll buy that shit.
And if you need me to explain, send me a message and say, "Knackers, why is Daybreak so bad?" Because I'll tell you. I saw like 3
Daybreak
people.
was good until they were bad.
Yeah, and because it started off great, it really did.
Yeah, I fucking love that game. Back when I used to stream all the fucking time, me and Knackers used to stream that game all the fucking time.
And the GSN meetup, we played H1Z1 forever.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
I totally forgot about that.
I woke up one morning and it was like 3 of your friends have followed Daybreak or Planet Side 2 or Daybreak Games or something. And I said, no fucking way. And I wasn't kidding about that. They just laid off 70 people within the last week.
Yeah,
And they're working
Merry
on another
Christmas,
game.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. So
A bunch of cocksuckers.
I have only played Smash once because it's impossible to find time to play video games. But I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time playing. I'm still planning on doing like a community night because Nintendo answered my prayers and added an option to where you can do matchmaking by code, where it generates a code and then you can share that code with people and they can join your lobby. That's what every fucking video game needs for streamers.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I understand that's specific to streamers, but holy shit, that is an amazing feature. We need that all over the place. That would help us out so much. So Smash is awesome. I'm really liking it. There have been a lot of people complaining about the lag and netcode issues on multiplayer. We obviously didn't have a lot of issues. 3 of us were hardwired. One of us was wireless, but we had one little glitch here and there. But I mean, it's not like we didn't have some motherfucker grabbing our controller and unplugging it in the middle of matches.
I will say, online matchmaking, I've experienced a lot worse. Like,
yes.
multiple drops that are just a lot longer.
Like
And
within
it's-
Smash?
Yeah, it's just almost unplayable. I would say it's honestly worse than playing like Melee on Dolphin with net.
Whoa.
Wow.
Like at some points, not all of them.
Since-
But if you get that one dude who has that one bar of Wi-Fi and he's not plugged in, you can definitely tell.
You got a diarrhea?
I do
Salty?
not have a Switch or any talk in this conversation. I'll be right back.
Okay, he's going to diarrhea.
Mhm.
You got that Red Lobster booty, don't you? Yeah, let me see it.
Cheddar biscuits.
Yeah. I think that is the first. This is the first time I've ever seen Salty get up and walk out of a door on this podcast ever. Oh, he's coming back. Oh,
Look at him rocking the dad bod. Looking good.
looking very good, Salty. I'm going to eat that ass. Excuse me? Are we live? Okay. Anyways, moving along to a little bit of Twitch news. So we have two major stories here. First one, global moderators are no more. And secondly, Twitch sells curse after 2 years. I had no idea.
What is a global moderator? Is that the one with a little wrench?
No, those are staff.
Oh.
Wrench or staff. Apparently, there were 16 Golden Knights in the Twitch community that were global mods, where you have mod no matter what channel that you go into. You're just you're mod. And they just ended that program these past couple weeks. I had no idea this existed.
I didn't either.
I'd never seen it.
I've seen it before, but I couldn't tell you like when or where. It was just like a passerby thing.
Okay. There's a couple people I've seen on Twitter. One person I follow that was a global mod, but I've never seen them in anybody else's chat. I've never seen it in my chat, so I don't really know. But yeah, apparently they're doing away with this. And I was kind of actually having this conversation on my stream a couple days ago, where I feel like the amount of mods that you need and the need for mods has severely decreased since I've started streaming. You've got really, really good bots that take care of any words, any phrases that you don't want. We've got auto mod that's baked into Twitch. You've got blocked phrases with Twitch. And maybe this could just be me. Like we've all said multiple times on this stream, I'm a white male on Twitch. I probably get the least amount of harassment out of anybody on the platform. So it could just be me. I never really have a problem with trolls. I honestly, the last troll that I remember was the dude that made me write his username on my forehead with Sharpie. That was Grand Theft Auto 5. What was that, like 4 months ago or something? Like there's so many things to make fun of when it comes to me, and I just don't get a lot of trolls.
You're just an attractable guy.
Oh, stop it.
That's what it is.
Lick my bald head.
I get them occasionally, but almost always it's because of my occupation and because it's someone through where I work that is, you know what I mean, and what I do. Yeah. So that's where I get them. But I usually at this point, I've been through enough of it where I just ban, whatever, move on. I don't got time to mess with it. I'm just, it is what it is.
Right.
I'm not too worried about that.
And with
like
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, I know some of my students watch me. Like, I know that they do. But the ones that are smart about it, they know that, one, they don't say anything about it because I'm not gonna acknowledge that stuff at school. And they're cool enough to understand that what I do outside of school is not the same thing as in school, and they're not gonna be trying to dox me out on Twitch and that sort of stuff. So. Are there some assholes that are not like that? Sure, but I've dealt with them. I've had to deal with that in the past, and that's honestly the only types of real trolls I ever get these days. But that's not a big deal.
They're all trolls, anyways.
Yeah, I've handled it more than once, and it doesn't faze me anymore. I'm just like, all right, move on.
The other thing that I think has single-handedly decreased the need for mods, Stream Deck.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of things that you can do for yourself now with the Stream Deck, it's like there's so many things. So mods are
like you're talking about, like changing modes or stuff like that.
Deploying commands. Oh yeah, like a lot of the Streamlabs integrations, follower mode, emote mode. Just having to, it removes the need for you to have to reach over to a keyboard or to alt tab and do all that stuff. So it's just like there's so many things that are now automated. It's like deploying those automatic scanners at the grocery store and everybody's losing their jobs. Mods are still very much needed because there's certain things that you can't do quickly yourself, like banning people, timing people out, banning people. You need people that are watching chat and assessing things as they come in on a real-time basis. But yeah, like the need for having a lot of mods all the time has really decreased, in my opinion. So I don't know if this is a factor of that, or if they just thought we definitely don't need global mods anymore because of the size of Twitch. I think I read that global mods were very popular in the beginning stages when there wasn't so many streamers. You know, you're talking like hundreds of thousands or thousands of streamers back then. So I know a lot of people were sad. If anybody is a global mod out there and you're listening to this, thank you for your service. But get fucked!
There was only at the end there was only 16.
Yeah,
right.
Not very many.
Very small number.
It's not like somebody lost a job over it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Just the
Global moderators, for the most part, have just been like a super backstop.
Yep.
I feel like the only time you'd ever see a global mod show up would be big events anyway.
Yeah.
They're not fucking paying attention to anybody else's shit. I also feel like because Twitch has been so hard on enforcing their rules, especially as of late, that channel mods have pretty much taken over and done everything in their power, big channel, little channel, to keep dipshits out of chat. So I am not gonna take anybody's shit. I used to moderate for a bunch of channels. Now I pretty much just moderate for this one, and I see one thing in chat, I don't even think about it.
Gone.
Mobile, doesn't matter. Like, especially since they've updated their app in the last year or so.
Yeah.
Where the mod tools show in app. I don't give a fuck.
And with all of the words and phrases that I have blocked, and with the auto mod setting, if you say something strategic and stupid enough to get through all of that and then end up in chat, you're gone. Like,
well, and I also like they've done a lot of improvements to the moderation tools for channel mods too. So like the delete a single message as opposed to wiping somebody's entire chat.
yes.
Because everybody who's ever moderated for anybody knows that you time out people all the time, which just clears everything they fucking said.
Yep. And then the OCD people have to click on every single message deleted to see what was said. What did they say? What did they say?
It pisses me off so bad to be in another channel. It's just like message deleted. Fuck.
Especially when it's a big one. Like, I want to see what their threshold is for
Yes.
timing out.
Yeah.
Yep. And second Twitch point, Twitch sells Curse after 2 years. Now, for those of you unaware, Curse is the voice and text chat app, much like Discord, that Twitch acquired 2 years ago, and then they baked Curse into the Twitch desktop app. Can I get a quick poll in chat? Can I get a 0 if you don't use the Twitch app at all, the desktop app, or a 1 if you do? Because I want to see if there's anybody here that uses that app, because it is terrible, insubordinate,
It's cursed.
and churlish. Yeah, I would say that there's probably not a single person listening to this at a later date, or
I've claimed every game you can get from Twitch Prime.
never played a single
Never
one.
installed a single one of them.
Nope. Same here.
Yeah.
I've claimed a lot of games and I've never played a fucking one. Take your games back. Give me back my ad-free viewing experience.
For real,
God
brother.
damn it.
I don't give a fuck about your $1,300 worth of bullshit games I'm never gonna try.
Yeah.
Did they get rid of that Twitch launcher? The separate thing that you can claim games with?
No, it's all in the Twitch app now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. Interesting. I am wondering what is going to happen to the Twitch app now, because they got rid of messaging, like the email messaging within Twitch, and now they're selling off Curse. What's next?
Well, the question is, like, how much can they retain?
What is it? Basically just a launcher for games now, right?
Pretty much, and like a place that you can watch streams as well.
Why? If the fucking everything I've heard about the app too is that it's not as there's no point in using it because it's not a resource hog, but there's no advantage of using that over just watching it in a browser.
Right.
You know?
This
So why the fuck would you open that to watch it in its own app. It doesn't make any sense.
There's a single thing that they could do to make everyone use that app. Give quality options to everybody.
Free cheddar biscuits.
At least bring them back, for fuck's sake.
Right.
Like, as somebody who is primarily, it's changed a lot since I now have, this is only temporary, but because I am too lazy to clean up my garage and finish wiring the rest of the living room with the fireplace where I bought that new big ass TV, that TV only has Fire TV on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have cable to it yet. So, for the time being, there's a playroom, which on the other side of the house, which has the TV with the cable box. And then there's this 75-inch fucking Fire TV. And I just watch Twitch on that TV. And that's where all the fucking lazy boy furniture and shit is too.
Yeah.
So it's just become my little haven, which is even more motivation not to fucking finish doing that goddamn room. Because I'm just like in my lazy boy recliner watching you fucking build keyboards and shit. I've got chat only on my phone, the stream and chat up on the TV, and I'm just like
Lazy mode.
veg mode. That was the best. Anybody out there looking for a recliner, spend a shitload of money. It's worth every fucking penny. That chair is a sit and fall asleep immediately chair.
Yes.
It's so good.
And if you don't want to spend the money, just get yourself a memory foam beanbag chair. And it's a good substitute.
Yeah, the big giant one.
Yes.
I bought one from like Pier 1 years ago, and I used it for years. But now in my house, I can't. It's going in the garbage.
No joke. Winnie and I both nap on that thing at the same time multiple times a week. You lay down, you don't move, you pass the fuck out like within 10 minutes.
That's how memory foam is, dude. I had back when I first moved out of my parents' house, I had a twin Tempur-Pedic mattress. And the first few days was the weirdest thing ever because I normally would lay on my side when I sleep, and I still do to this day in my bed now. On that particular bed, I laid on my back only, and you just lay flat, and it doesn't feel right. And then when you fall asleep, it's as if you wake up and you're actually rested.
Wow.
Like you wake up and you're just like, whoa,
I didn't move.
that's nice.
These titties feel great.
next time I buy a mattress, that's it.
Hell yeah.
I've been terrible. I've had the same mattress for like 8 years.
Weenie and I are in the market for a new one as well.
I've been thinking about one of the Casper mattresses because all these YouTube creators have discount codes all the time.
Okay.
Like Phil DeFranco has one. 3 of the fucking like DIY style channels that I watch on YouTube have them, where it's like $50 or $60 off. Phil DeFranco used to have $100 off coupon code, and I fucked up and I missed the mark on that.
How much are they normally?
They're expensive. I mean, they're definitely more than a typical mattress.
What does a typical mattress cost nowadays?
Oh, you can spend a fuck ton of money. Like the mattress that I have in my room was almost $1,000.
Ah!
And some of those Casper mattresses, if you are looking towards their upper end mattress, they're $1,500. But you spend a third of your fucking life in bed.
This is true. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't until that fucking Joe Rogan podcast where he talked to that sleep scientist.
Yup.
That totally fucked my life up. And
Yep.
I was just like, Jesus Christ. I am going to die when I'm 50. There's no doubt in my mind. I sleep like 3-4 hours a night on a shit mattress. And it's just so. Then I've promised myself that the next time that I buy a mattress, which should be soon, I'm just fuck it. I'm just going all out. If it costs $3,000, it costs $3,000.
Word. All right. Next up, our final gaming news and discussion topic: Epic Games debuts new.
Nudes?
Epic
Nudes?
debuts. Okay, it's Steam that debuts a new tiered revenue system. Epic's just doing cool shit. So we'll just title it that. You said there was a wrong link somewhere. Where'd that go? Okay, that's up there. My bad. My bad, Salty.
It's all good.
Okay, so first and foremost, we have Steam's new tiered revenue share system. So the way that Steam is doing it now is that if you earn over $10 million on Steam, the revenue split goes to 70-30, from 75-25, and then game.
That's not just developers earning that much. That's a single game.
Right. Yep. Single game having to gross that. And then the games over 50 million gross will have a split of 80-20. So there was a lot of uproar regarding this because it's obviously favoring the larger companies. And then you have like indie game people that are nowhere near the $10 million in revenue mark, that are still sort of kind of screwed. But the silver lining to this story is that there are now 2 other stores that are going to be readily available to everybody that have amazing revenue splits. So first and foremost, we have the Epic store, the Epic launcher, which is going to be giving 88% of revenue to the game developer. And then we also have Discord, which is going to be giving 90% of the revenue stream over to developers. So we got competition.
Discord.
This
So
is
excited.
This is going to be awesome. I have not launched any games from Discord yet. I don't know how it works. Is it good? Does anybody know?
I played Super Meat Boy once. It was fine.
I never got to play Super Meat Boy because it was broken. So this is awesome. With that, I will say what I always say. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Just like my reaction when this new Stream Elements payment processing company came out of the woodworks and said, hey, we're better because we take less money than PayPal does. Okay. How? Why?
We sell your information to the fucking Chinese.
Yep. Even though our games are all banned in China, we're still selling it. So one thing to keep in mind is just that there's a reason that these guys are cheaper, and there's a reason that this is coming to fruition now. The other thing to keep in mind is Valve. I think there was an article saying that I think Valve charges it's 70-30, but Valve could still be profitable if they charged as little as, was it 8%? Like they could still be profitable if they only took 8% of all of the sales. So that's another thing to keep in mind too. So any thoughts on this article thus far?
Competition's good.
Yeah, I think the only thing is if you have the same game for the same price across all 3 platforms, if you're already established on Steam, moving over to a Discord store, or I see Discord being a little bit easier because you have the friend system already, but to an Epic store, it's just weird.
You just brought up a really good point.
Or I don't see why you can't just be in all the stores, unless they have some kind of terms and conditions thing that only allows you to be in one.
No, I'm just saying as far as the consumer playing,
Yeah, that's true.
having
That's
your
true.
friends list the same. I think Discord would probably be the best bet, just because you have your voice there, you have your friends already established.
Yes,
typically
100%.
And
the
if you-
overlays, the game overlays are already there. Like
Yep.
they got it set up.
Imagine
And if you don't have friends already, you're more than likely already in a server with people you could chat up anyways.
Potentially be friends with.
Imagine being in an Alta server, role playing, and then meeting up with some people that you end up having a super fun time with. Like, send them a link. Hey, join my VoIP. Like, or hey, I'm in this server. Like, all of that stuff in just one area. Having the VoIP, the chat, the game server.
Dude.
Like, they might even have dedicated voice servers for the game that you're playing on.
I
That
guarantee
would be
they
sick.
will.
Great fucking idea. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
Discord, you
just
need
the
to
money.
up that audio bit rate just a little bit. If you could double it, that would be great.
Right.
if you could, I mean, I don't know. Do you get any better audio if you pay for the Discord Nitro?
Nope.
No.
96
That's all-
kilobit per second all around.
That's all they'd have to do.
And I would
Put it
pay.
in Nitro, and I guarantee you a lot of people would pay.
Yep.
True.
Pretty much every person who makes any money off of this, like any form of Discord,
Right.
period.
Yep.
If you're running a community on your stream and you get fucking $6 a month in donations, you should be paying for Discord Nitro.
Exactly. So all in all, I see this as awesome. I think Epic. I think Discord is going to do a great job. I think Epic is going to change the game, because think of how many houses Epic has put the launcher into in this past year. How many Fortnite players are there total? Like, Discord's going to put a huge dent in that as well, because Discord has over 200 million registered users. That is a lot of people to see a game that gets published in that store.
Yeah.
It's obviously not going to be as much as Steam, because Steam's been around since Jesus Christ. But there is going to be
Lord Gaben.
right. There's going to be so much more room for exposure with these other two platforms, and especially like if an indie developer can be like, "Hey, post this shit on your store and get a 90% revenue split." That is amazing. So
we'll see how long that lasts, though. It's like you said, dude. Like, the whole fucking reason why Steam takes what they do, and I mean, we can talk shit about Steam as much as we want. They haven't really done dick in the last few years, but at the end of the day, they have a shit load of hardware dedicated to storing your fucking game, your updates,
your saves,
everything you've ever done, especially alpha games and beta games where they have multiple versions installed. It's like they're taking up precious server space with your shit.
Yep.
So I think at the end of the day, it's going to become a game of quality, like support for devs.
And there's got to be like an exclusivity clause regarding either Discord or Epic, where if you have your game on their store, it has to only be on there. And if you take it off, it can't be anywhere else for a certain amount of time. That's my guess.
I don't know. I feel like in recent years that has proven to be like, as cross-platform play becomes the norm, you're gonna see that shit everywhere. But I will say that coming from a game like Ark, we're on like version 300. I don't fucking know anymore. We're over 300, I think, in version number for the game, and this is after. Like, this is version 300 after it went released. So this game is updated 600 fucking times. Easy.
Right.
It was updating at least once a day, every single day when we first started hosting servers.
Jeez.
And, well, to the point where NFO made us pay more money to get all the updates all the time.
Yep.
Because it was so fucking annoying to them. And, so, like, games like that, you're going to want as much support as you possibly can get, and they're not going to be able to afford to dedicate that many people to that kind of shit. I mean, Epic's not a gigantic company, and either is Discord. And I'm not saying Steam necessarily is, but the shit's already baked in. So
right, and that's what they have going for them right now.
Yep, and I think it'll definitely take a while. I mean, obviously we've seen other game launchers come into existence since then, but they've all been pretty much brand exclusive. Origin and Ubisoft's Uplay, they've all pretty much been brand specific, and so it'll be interesting to see more people that are universal come into the fray and see what that does to the quality of everything. Because I'm hoping, even if they suck, that Steam realizes that a lot of people are psyched about it, and they decide, after 10 years of sitting with our thumb up our ass, we're actually going to improve our software and add features and do that kind of shit. So,
and
cool.
What I see as a possibility in the future is a cross-platform game launcher with multiplayer abilities.
That would be sick.
Yeah. I'm hoping for the death of exclusives.
Yeah.
I've been hoping for that ever since the first God of War came out. Like, I don't want to have to buy every goddamn console. I was a giant Halo fan. I didn't give a flying fuck about PlayStation.
Yeah.
After I had a PlayStation 2 and I modded it just so I could have Guitar Hero wherever I went. And that's it. Other than that, I do have a PS4 now. I don't even want to admit how many times I've played it because my wife bought it for me and it was a very nice gift. But I could count on one hand how many times I've turned that thing on.
Oh, it's okay. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up super quick. If you guys have any final thoughts after these last points, you're more than welcome. We've got quite a bit of Q&A to get through. So I just want to go over a couple important Q&A answers that were given in this article regarding Epic and their launcher. Do you have a refund policy? Yes, we're launching with manual refunds through our player support, and automated refunds will follow soon. We expect to provide each user with a no questions asked refund tokens to use in the first 4 refund tokens.
What do you have to do? Buy more? Fuck you.
Well, that might just be the no question asked one.
It's to just get like store credit instead of your money back.
Well, no, instead of having to submit a claim or whatever for your refund, you just throw the token in and you get it back.
Okay.
I'm sure they will make it so you can buy them, but
Right. Okay, so there's one possible, it's too good to be true. Maybe the refund policy is store credit only and not your money back. So
I could totally see that.
think about it.
There's a lot of places that do that.
Yep. Next question. Will you support mods, free-to-play games, non-commercial games? We do intend to support mods, free-to-play games, and non-commercial games. Good. Okay, good answer. Thank you.
That's solid.
Intend.
What are you doing to make Epic Games Store more than attractive to consumers? The answer was, among other things, the store will also feature one free game every 2 weeks throughout 2019.
I don't care.
Epic is funding these releases so players can experience the wide range of creative works that will be available. But these are free games that you don't have to pay for.
That's true.
These are free games that are just actually free.
Actually,
Pay with your
free.
personal information. Yeah, right.
That's right.
I mean,
They're
if
data
they-
mining my ass.
If they have it like Fortnite where you can just buy a bunch of cosmetics and they're decent games, people will buy them.
Right. Any final notes on Epic?
I think they have a lot of money, and I hope they put it to good use.
Amen.
Amen. All right. It is motherfucking question and answer time. By the way, Vans, I have successfully Twitch markered all of these topics. So highlighting should be a breeze, brother.
Yay.
Dope. All right. First question. We have 4 questions that come from the social medias. These first 4 are from Twitter. And you guys can move through these as quickly as you like. It's your bedtime. It's completely up to you. This first question comes from ATV. What's everyone doing for Christmas, and what do you hope to get?
I don't want to get anything. I'm happy as it is. I will be visiting all. I'm dead serious. I don't want shit. I buy everything I want all the time.
I'm the
so it
same
doesn't
way
matter.
now.
And so I will be spending my Christmas visiting all the family members.
Yeah, Christmas will be for me mainly just hanging out with my family, and most of them live in my area, so and hanging out, playing video games, relaxing, trying to catch up on some Netflix. And as far as getting for Christmas, I mean, once you get to be a certain age, you know, anything I get is always nice.
Christmas is for fucking.
Yeah, and what? Well, yeah. But I got this amazing gift for my wife today. It's like I mean, you know. But the truth is, once you get to be a certain age and you work, anytime you really want something, you're gonna save up to buy it. So that's pretty much me.
And it's all about the kids.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
I'll be way more excited. I'll be way more excited to see my son open up his presents than I will be to open my own.
that's true.
One of my favorite presents that I got for my birthday was actually one that my dad made. It's like this little hoop. It has a basketball guy that goes on it.
Whoa.
that's cool.
The hoop's
Yeah,
under
it's
my
fucking
audio thing,
legit. Like
but it is.
I've seen
awesome.
this shit. It is
It
legit.
even has a little face.
It's all like nuts and bolts and shit that he made into a basketball player to look like Vans, and then it hangs on the hoop, which he also made.
That's awesome.
It's all welded and
I
shit.
love it.
You know, okay, so it was welded. I was about to say,
Yeah.
do you know that your father beat some metal into submission just thinking of you? Motherfucker! Basketball! Hoop!
It's like a voodoo doll of Vans.
Yeah. Weenie and I have already given each other most of our Christmas presents already. Obviously, reminder, we just do Christmas throughout December. She got me this amazing shirt, which I'm absolutely in love with. And I still have a couple gifts on the way, and she has a gift on the way as well. She does a very, very good job of getting things that I didn't know that I wanted, and just getting something that she knows I'm going to love. So hats off to her.
That's my wife too. Fucking girlfriends and wives have I don't know what it is. You women's are bosses.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I found out recently, and this was by total chance, that my wife legitimately takes phone notes about, like, if I say something throughout the year.
Wow.
If I say, man, that's cool. That's how I got that PS4. I was like, man, there's a lot of exclusives coming out for PS4. And this is when the new Spider-Man and God of War and Wolfenstein and all that shit were coming out. And I was just like, man, it's a lot of exclusives for PS4 out there. And then all of a sudden I have a PS4.
That's what I do. I've got a private list in Wonderlist where I take little notes throughout and take little ideas for myself.
I am terrible at that. So I basically I need the Amazon wish list so I can just be like, tick, 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 tick.
Yep. Check all the boxes.
Yep.
Next question comes from Sonder. What's something you're truly not good at but wish you were?
I wish I was good at social. Like I'm pretty good with people I know, but I wish I was better in random social environments.
Want to see my meat freezer?
I just fucking hate. I hate the public in general. I hate going to stores. I hate dealing with. I'm very nice, and my wife fucking complains about it because I am nice to the point of fault with random people I don't know, but I just fucking hate social interactions.
This may sound weird, but public speaking, which, and I know with my job, I actually do quite a bit of it. But I feel like I'm just not very good at it, and that I'm always trying to get better. And even though I've been, teaching and coaching now for 8 years, I still sometimes get nervous going up to present a lesson or do something, and just, I mean, not like I'm like, oh, got the shakes nervous, but it's just, I don't know. It's a confidence thing somehow, where I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is any good, or
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish I was better at that. One thing I guess Twitch has been good for is to help me with that to a degree. But I think that's something that if you were to ask anyone who does that sort of thing for a living, they probably would tell you the same thing, that they're always trying to get better at it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and that's what's funny is I hate I hate social interactions, and yet I competed in public speaking when I was in high school. Like I was speech writing in high school.
I'd say mine is probably self-awareness. I feel like I have a terrible sense of what I've done or what I'm doing until like there's just one moment and I'm looking back and I'm like, huh?
What?
So just like constant self-awareness is something that I wish I was a lot better at.
I wish I could sing. I wish I had a real fucking good singing voice. And I also wish I could speak better. I fumble around with my words and slur, and it makes me so angry.
Yeah.
Next question from Gigantic Gem. What was the one present you didn't get from Santa that you wish you did?
Like last year?
No, like any year, I assume.
Yeah.
Like when you were a kid. Well, I guess the only one I could think of is the one that I thought I didn't get, but I actually got. So when I was 5, the big show that I was really into was the old animated Voltron show. I know they redid it recently on Netflix. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with it, but the original one was this Japanese anime that was dubbed over in English, and I was like obsessed with the show. It was kind of like It was kind of like Power Rangers, almost like before Power Rangers were a thing. Anyway, all I wanted for Christmas was a Voltron, and I woke up on Christmas morning I was like 5 years old. Went through all my presents, no Voltron, and I was really kind of sad, but I mean, I didn't want my parents to know because I didn't want to seem ungrateful, that I didn't get the Voltron that I had asked for, and they're like, "Well, what's wrong? Are you upset?" And I'm like, "No, everything's fine." She's like, "Well, did you get everything you wanted?" And I was like, "Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am." Like, "You did? Didn't you ask for that Voltron?" And I was like, I did. And they're like, "Well, we couldn't find it anywhere. I'm sorry, And then it was like the old Christmas Story moment, and my dad's like, "Hey, what's that over there behind the mantle?"
God damn it, Dad.
I went from like 0 to 100 in like a moment. Went over there. Sure enough, it was a Voltron from Santa.
No shit.
So that was the only time I thought. But like anytime, there were very few. I never really asked for a ton of stuff. So Santa was usually hooked me up, because I knew I was of the mindset and the way I was raised was Santa's got all these other kids. Like us kids usually got like 1, maybe 2 presents from Santa. That's it. Like me and my sisters. Everything else was from family or my parents. Santa was like, you can ask him for some of the main things you want, but he's probably just going to bring you 1 or 2 things, was what my parents told me, because, he's got a lot of kids. Got a lot of kids to deliver presents to, so you can't ask for a lot. So I honestly can't say that was the closest I came to being disappointed, and I ended up being all right, so.
That's like, I'd say mine is probably the one I'll never get until I move out of this house, and that's a cat. I've had it. I have my Christmas list from last year on the other side of my monitor, and the first thing on there is a cat because I've always wanted one. I can never get it
because his dad fucking hates cats,
like terrible,
like with a fucking vengeance. Which is funny because for those of you that don't know, me and Vans are related as we are half brothers. And so his dad is different from my dad, but we have the same mom. And so we grew up in the same house, and I have picked up a lot of the same things from his dad because I literally spent my entire teenage years just hanging out in the garage with him every fucking day of my life. And so I fucking hated cats. And because he hated cats. And then I end up living with a woman who fucking loves cats.
Yep.
So now I've got 2 cats. And Vans watches my house when we go out of town and shit. So he gets to hang out with the cats.
Oh, Vans loves it.
at the time, and then I go home.
Yeah,
and then no cat.
And then I walk through the woods.
Yeah,
half a mile.
Oh man. I didn't have Christmas growing up. But when I had my first Christmas at 18, I asked for the deletion of my siblings. Didn't happen. So what the fuck, Sam? Next question comes from Yash. For everyone, how have your relationship? You okay, Salty?
I'm all right.
All right. How have your relationships with your family, significant other factored into streaming? I'm asking because streaming usually is a solitary activity, and it can feel lonely to your family when you're locked in a room for hours on end.
I typically only stream when I did stream all the time. I streamed in the middle of the day because I work shift work, and my job allows me to have multiple days during the week to stream. So I can never think of a single time other than podcasts that I streamed while my family was at home.
For me, I mainly stream at night. It's almost always after my son has gone to bed. So I'm not avoiding that time with him. If I stream during the daytime, which is rare, but when I do, it's usually because my family is not home. But there's been occasional times where they have been, but I don't usually. It's pretty rare. Yeah, I mean, I guess it really just comes out of scheduling and then having a spouse or significant other that is understanding of the hobby. If they're not, then, we've talked about this before. I mean, if they're not understanding of it, then you're going to have a hard time with it. But my wife's really cool. She likes to have her own time to watch her shitty Hallmark TV specials and shit like that too. So it's kind of like, and it's not like the most I usually stream is like at most three times a week. So I mean, it's not too hard. If I was streaming more, maybe that could be an issue, but I mean, for me it's not that big a deal because I do it when my wife's asleep or my son's asleep, or definitely when my son's going to bed, and then when my wife is, she has other stuff she likes to do on her own too, so it's easy.
I don't stream.
Two things come into play here. One is an understanding spouse, and the reality that is you need to have self-control and balance in your life when it comes to those two things. I've had a relationship where streaming was looked at as not my favorite hobby and passion, which I loved to spend time doing. Streaming was, you're spending time away from me.
Right. A vice.
Yep. And if your significant other has that mindset, you're going to lose no matter what. There's no way that you can spin it to make it acceptable. For me, it's very easy now since I have a girlfriend that also streams. So we're very respectful of each other's time. But again, it all comes down to, if you get time for yourself, you need to dedicate as much, if not more time towards that other person. There's a lot of other factors that come into play with that, like their maintenance level, which differs from person to person. I can walk out of a 6-hour stream and then, get a hug and a kiss and say, and hear, how was your show? Instead of, oh, you went a little overtime, didn't you?
What time do you call this?
Right. So it varies. It's so anecdotal. But for me, when I distinctly remember when I got out of that last relationship, I made a promise to myself that I was going to make it very clear, not just streaming, that I have hobbies and I have things that I want to do. It's the same reason that I made the selfish decision to not have any children. I have lots and lots of things that I want to do with my life. And I need as much time as possible to do that. I can't be wasting on little shits that poop themselves. No thanks, man. I got things to do.
Hey, karma's a bitch.
I'm gonna die alone.
Sometimes you say that for 15 years, and you still have a 3-year-old at home.
Yes. So it comes down to a lot of different things. But if you have to have that conversation of, hey, these are things that I really love and I love to do. And in my case, if I can't express myself in these hobbies and these passions that I have, I'm going to become useless to you. I'm going to be limp dick 24/7.
You're going to be fucking resentful after that.
Yes.
So honesty is the best policy always.
Yep. Be upfront, have the conversation, maintain balance. All right.
Yeah, don't just go from never playing video games to playing 45 hours a week like I did. It's not the streaming that ever got me in trouble. It was just playing games in general.
Right.
When I built this computer, this setup originally, and like around the same time I met Knackers, I was playing every waking moment. I was playing Altus Life every waking moment of my life. Every day I was off, all day I was off. I would get up and play before work, and I have to get up at 5 o'clock to go to work. I would get up at 4 to play Altus Life for an hour.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Like, there's plenty of people in chat that remember those days, and I just, that was the point. That was what got me in trouble. Or my wife took me to my girlfriend at the time, but my wife took me to the side and was like, "This shit ain't gonna fucking work."
You promised morning sex, and now you're up collecting weeds.
That's bullshit. Fucking helicopter and heroin.
One question from Instagram from Blackwrath. What is your opinion of the bot lurkers? What purpose do they serve? How do they differ from each other? Commander root, slow cool, electrical longboard, etc.
I don't really know what purpose they serve except for like data collection, but for some of them,
that's it. It's just data mining.
I think that's all they really. I think the only thing that differs from each other is they have different bots that can collect different data. Some of the same, but I mean, I think if you ban them from your channel, they're like, do they still show up in chat?
No.
Do you know?
I wouldn't
No.
think so.
Do they?
I don't
Oh.
think anybody can show up except for Twitch staff and chat if they've been banned.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess it really doesn't bother me, although it does bother me that like I did have it recently where someone gift subbed, like dropped like a 5 sub gift sub
And one
in
of
my
the
channel,
bots.
and then like one of the bots, like 1 or 2 of the bots got the gift sub. I'm like, man, that's bullshit. You know?
Well, that's just terrible programming on their part. I don't think that's really so much.
Yeah.
But at the
So-
same time, it's like it's not like there's a million fucking bots out there where this is happening and inflating people's numbers so much.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Right.
not as bad as the old days.
It's just, I mean, if you're already on the public internets. So if you're willing to go far enough to put yourself out there like that,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you should have any issue with somebody mining your data.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least the
Corporations are
data
doing
that
it
you're
anyways.
putting through Twitch.
Yeah.
Because if you have half a brain, you're not putting that much shit anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Especially with Amazon behind them, they're not
Yeah.
gonna just sit there and let you roam without taking something.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Sir?
I feel pee-pee on the inside of my underwear. Next question. This one comes from Matt Weenie. Have any of you been to SuckOn?
Dawcon?
Oh, come on.
You suck on these balls?
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I was about to go suck on what?
Yeah. You want me to suck on what?
Wow.
Suck on this dick.
On these-
As soon as I read that, I knew what was coming.
I
Damn it.
didn't. I was blind to it, but that might be like 6 beers worth of beers
Yeah,
over here.
that's it. You got the beer blinders on, buddy.
The next question from Bish is here. When you do your talk show, how do you communicate? Skype or Zoom? So I use Zoom communications for the video, and we use TeamSpeak for the audio.
Because it's the best.
Best quality podcast. Although I pee on my own self sometimes. Bigfoot Dick Scar, excuse me. Bigfoot
Bigfoot,
DK asks Electro Voice RA320 versus Shure SM7B. Jimmy, would you like to go first?
Well, I was looking at both, but I ended up getting this, and it wasn't just because. I mean, this one is a little cheaper, but the Shure also you end up having to put a lot of money into it, and for my type of voice, I feel like this is a better microphone for me. It really comes down to your voice. So for some people, the Shure is a better mic. For others, the Electro Voice. So if you have an opportunity to try them out, which I did, I would recommend doing that. The other thing you got to keep in mind with the Shure is not only is the mic more expensive, it also it would require you to have some type of additional clean gain, like a cloud lifter or something, probably for you to use it. So that's another $100-something. Just kidding. They're both fantastic microphones. They're both great for vocals, but it's apples and oranges. Truly, I mean that's what microphones are.
Any truly commercial music shop is going to have a place where you can go and try these mics out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't go to your local fucking strip mall music store. You need to go to a big place, a Guitar Center. Like, we have a place around us about half hour away called Hot Licks, which is it's a massive fucking guitar shop. But they have an entire studio side that's all inside of an insulated room where you can actually try different headphones, try different mixers, and try different mics.
The other thing to keep in mind, like I was saying before, because I was originally going to go with a different mic than this one. It was actually a Heil mic, which is good for. I heard a lot of podcasters and streamers used it, but you got to remember the equipment you're going to use it with too, and the way they have their setup. So I mean, one thing in the chain could totally change if you have something different. So just keep that in mind. But I don't think you can go wrong with either one. So
Both microphones will enable you to make pussies rumble if you get the right equipment to pair with it. My opinion is that the Shure SM7B is an overhyped, overpriced microphone. And with the right knowledge and cheaper equipment, you can achieve the same sound. A lot of the Shure SM7B quality comes from the voice. Like, there's so much that starts with the voice that you have. And there's just going to be some people who spend all the money on the right equipment and they just don't get the sound that they want. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Second thing to keep in mind is that there is a mic for every person. There isn't one microphone that fits all. That's why you don't see all of these people that perform music live and professionally all using the same exact microphone. There's a different thing for everybody. So go out there, do the research, find which microphone will work best for you. For me, somebody who talks in sort of kind of a higher octave with a lot of, I don't know, energy, I would say. If you talk soft and you have a lower voice and you don't really raise your volumes too much, and you can have the Shure SM7B sit right up on your lips, then it would be a great microphone. For somebody that is like me, that is constantly moving my shit all around the place and yelling, and I needed something that fit my profile. So both are great mics, but I think the RE20 is better, or RE320. And then, I mean, the RE20 is just as expensive as the Shure SM7B, but both great mics. Find out what works for you.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I'd have to try it out for myself because
You would
really don't know
slay a
until you try
pussy with the Shure SM7B, fans.
it's so damn expensive.
It is. It's a lot.
Yeah, but the only way you can really buy it, if you want to try it, is just to buy it used,
Right.
and hope to Christ they didn't fucking screw up.
Put it in their entire mouth.
Yeah, knackers it.
Hey!
Hey,
It's only beer bottles these days, okay?
These days.
Good old days. The golden days. Next question comes from Bearded Corvus. When it comes to watching new streams, what do you care about more, video or audio quality?
Oh, audio. Hands down.
Audio.
I don't know. For me, it'd probably be video.
Vans likes all of those ear-piercing vines from back in the day.
Oh, yeah, I love those. But no, I'm a lot of pretty darn entertaining pro gamers have terrible audio, but their video's usually pretty good.
I will say that because I watch primarily on mobile or smaller screens, it doesn't bother me when somebody's video is fucked up because it's so compressed for me anyways that it looks good.
Yeah,
So I can watch 720 or lower streams and have just as good of an experience as all these ridiculous assholes out here streaming 900 and above.
Mm-hmm.
Are
I think. Oh, I was just gonna say, that is just one thing that gets me away from a channel. Like if there's a bunch of too much background noise, or just where they don't have it leveled correctly to where the game audio is overpowering their voice or something like that.
That will annoy me.
That just bothers the shit out of me. I mean, I've had plenty of audio problems over the years, but like just basic leveling, you know, that shit is bad.
I was like, who's farting? Someone is farting in my left ear.
In my mind, since no one's hands were above the table, I was like, someone's taking their pants off.
Yeah.
Zip.
Not me.
Here's the simple way to answer this question. Are you more likely to watch a video with good stream or good video and no audio, or a stream where you can hear the audio but can't see the video?
I mean, I have particular things about everything. So, as OCD as I am, as long as they're not peaking all the time, and the balance is okay.
No, okay,
I can deal with the rest of I can deal with background noise and key clicks and all that shit. But like when it comes to if I'm sitting and watching a stream, there are very few streams where I will listen to audio only. But there's plenty of streams where I'm watching gameplay without really giving a fuck about what they're saying too.
Okay.
Like especially the pro streamers, because it's not like I'm gonna be watching chat and Summit stream or Ninja or Teams streams.
Yeah. Right.
So
for me, like, I'm much more likely to consume a stream in audio only mode. It's very rare that I watch with video only with no audio. So from my opinion, your audio's got to be decent. And the standards for that have changed very much over the past couple of years. The bar has been risen.
For sure.
Yes.
Next question from Bigfoot. Rum or whiskey?
Whiskey.
I guess rum for me. I don't want to drink any liquor.
And same for me because I drink water because I'm 20.
Good man. Whiskey.
man.
Knacker saw me half trashed at my house last time, and
Playing beer
that
pong.
was just beer.
Vans,
God help me.
I need you.
I drink 4 beers tonight, and I'm half fucked up right now.
Hammered. You need to send me that video that you took of us hanging out in the.
Oh, the one where you're like, I'll find it right now.
Next question. G for Greg asks, being an Ark lover, Salty, you gonna check out Atlas when it comes out?
Yes, guaranteed.
Good man.
Atlas looks fucking awesome. It's basically, it's Ark and Assassin's Creed 4 had a baby, so you're a fucking pirate and you can fucking trash other people's shit. It's gonna be great. Can't wait.
Salty's all about it.
So fucking hyped.
Conbot asks, fold or crumple?
Crumple.
Toilet paper?
I
I
think
have
we're
a
talking about
specific
paper in
crumple.
general.
I think it's paper. Crumple.
Wait, what? Who
Just
folds?
paper.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Like-
it's toilet paper.
Is it about toilet
Yeah,
paper?
okay, toilet paper. Yep.
I would imagine.
Fold.
We gotta fold.
Okay. What about the
I do it.
wrap
I-
method?
No.
I'm not sticking my entire hand up my ass.
No, that's just gross.
No, I have a specific one where this is really OCD. You take like 2 squares of it and you make it so it's like a weird like star thing, and then this is gonna look weird too. You make a little hole with your finger and then you poke it, and it creates like
Did you just make
Little
like a
flail
paintbrush for your
things.
asshole?
pretty much.
You want to finger your butthole while you're wiping, don't you? From back to
No,
front,
you hold it like
motherfucker.
this. You hold it like that.
So you just star kiss your own ass, basically, when you go to the bathroom.
You can say
Swooshing
that.
with
Make
the
an
stars.
asshole out of toilet paper and wipe your asshole.
Pretty much.
See, I purposefully buy.
If you do it, you will never stop.
You're gonna need to do an Instagram video on this, by the way. You don't have to be
I'll
on the
put
toilet,
Twitter right after this.
but I need to see this folding
This
technique.
is my asshole.
Yeah,
I will make it.
poking holes through toilet paper with your dick. I purposefully buy the low ply toilet paper so that I can get an accidental anal penetration with my own fingers sometimes.
Absolutely not. Charmin Strong, Red Pack, all day.
Ultra strong.
Salty's
The
wiping his
problem
ass
with
with
Charmin
oven mitts.
is my we had to switch toilet paper brand. We used to buy the Charmin Ultra 2, but we had to stop because my kid now, he uses too much toilet paper, and I was constantly having to frickin' plunge the toilet because like he would fucking put half a damn roll of Charmin in for one shit, and that shit is like,
You gotta
was
get
like-
you gotta get the flushable wipes when they're learning.
oh my gosh, man.
Flushable wipes change the game on toddlers taking
Ugh.
shits, dude. They change the
like-
game.
I'm
Well,
just thinking to myself, like,
ugh.
was he missing or?
No, dude, he just keeps going. And like there were times when I would get into the bathroom, the toilet paper would still be connected to the roll and be in the toilet. What I don't know.
He like flosses his butt cheeks.
I think we've gotten it worked out now, but we've
Yeah.
gotten so used to the other toilet paper now that we haven't had to change back.
That is
so.
one thing that the U.S. is lacking in, way behind Europe and the rest of the world. Fucking bidets.
Yes.
Fuck you, Dad.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my god, I don't know why
Fucking
those so
$12.99
funny.
a pack for these cocksuckers.
Oh, okay. Next question comes from Bigfoot Dick. What do you watch on YouTube?
I watch everything on YouTube. Everything.
Stuff related to work, like educational videos. I'm always looking for different types of stuff. Sometimes that I can show my classes, and then if it's not work related, if it's whatever, I like to watch. I watch bits and pieces of some Let's Plays of like older games. I really enjoy those. And then a lot of times too, if I'm stuck on something in a game or something, I'll watch somebody else who did it so I can get an idea of what the hell to do.
I exclusively watch podcasts on YouTube. I can't stand only listening because I know there's gestures and, I just have to see the person talking to understand exactly where they're coming from and how passionate they really are about it.
I
typically do that too.
I didn't even know that there were podcasts with the video version until after I started being on this one. Like all the podcasts I've ever listened to have always been audio.
When I first learned about podcasts, that's what I thought too. And then when I saw that they would do both, I exclusively only video. I really can't even, like, if it's only on audio, I can't stay focused for that long. I have to have my eyes on something.
Really?
Yep.
See, I'm almost the exact opposite.
It depends for me. It depends on what I'm doing. I like listening to audio only in the car.
Yeah.
Because obviously I don't want to wreck my shit.
Yeah.
But given the choice, always video.
Yeah.
But my first exposure to that was the Joe Rogan podcast way back in the day too. So you always knew that it was video first. So if you wanted to watch it live, you had to watch the video.
That also goes for interviews with me. Any type of interview, if it was on radio or a podcast or anything, I just have to see the interaction.
Yeah. It's more personable that way.
Yeah. And then
Same
also,
fucking reason.
that's pretty much all I watch on YouTube now, other than like the one-off tutorial videos or whatever, gameplay compilations, whatever. That's really the only thing that I'll like consistently come back for.
God, I couldn't tell you. I definitely have probably 10 times as many. I'm subscribed to 10 times as many people on YouTube as I am on Twitch. As far as just following on Twitch.
Yeah.
Like if I follow 60, 70 people on Twitch, I probably follow 150 on YouTube.
God, I only follow like 20 people on YouTube.
Well, for the most part, it's because of the fact that ad dollars and YouTube have a lot to do with subscriptions and numbers and likes and that kind of shit. I will more willingly leave a subscribe on YouTube than I will a follow on Twitch. Because it doesn't muddy up my shit if they never put anything out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, on Twitch, it's going to muddy up my sidebar because I'm going to have to go, like, say I'm searching to go look specifically for this person's channel to check on a piece of information or something, or maybe look for a link when they're offline. Now I've got to scan like 500 fucking channels to find this link.
Right.
On YouTube, it's not in my fucking way ever. I never look for the homepage of a site, but I probably follow 20 channels of just people that are involved in building shit. Like random, like there's a guy I found through Jimmy DeResta that was RR Buildings. This guy just builds pole barns all day long.
Damn.
That's his business, and it's fucking legit. I watch probably 20 people that are just DIY. And then there's hunting and video games and podcasts and YouTubers that do Twitch, all that shit. I spend entirely too much time on YouTube.
Hey, it's okay. It's got to be something.
120 gigabytes a month, Verizon. Fucking you.
Yay! I would say 70% of my watch time on YouTube is like climactic scenes from movies and TV shows. Shootout scene, fight scene,
That's what
death
I'm doing
scene.
all day today, damn it.
Dude, because like when you watch enough of those, when you go to youtube.com and then you've got all of those recommended, it's like, oh, I want to watch the fight scene from that one movie.
Recommended is just a deep hole, man.
It
Yeah.
is.
Especially if you're looking at compilations of anything ever.
Yeah. Because it'll be there.
Yep.
I don't own PUBG. I've never played PUBG. I've watched it a few times on like Shroud and Doc and Knackers, and when Knackers and Weenie would play it. Other than that, don't give a flying fuck about PUBG. I watched like 6 hours of fucking PUBG funny voice chat comps today. Just today.
Yeah, there's a lot of good content like that. The other stuff, like the amount of stuff I watch regarding streaming, like tutorials regarding anything. I've got a YouTube master's degree in fucking YouTube tutorials, so I appreciate those a lot.
Hey, that's everything. If you want to refresh your knowledge on any subject, YouTube's the place to go.
Yep.
No matter what it is. You want to cook, you want to go hunting, you want to fucking build a computer, that's the place.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great tool.
Last question from G for Greg. How many of you still pay for cable TV?
Sort of. I have cable TV through the internet. I get DirecTV Now, which is not that expensive. I pay like $35 a month. And I have the local channels on there, which is great. And I can access it from a computer. I can access it on my phone. I can access it through the Apple TV in my living room. And it's awesome. So I kind of do, but it's not really. I mean, it's not standard cable box, but it's basically the same thing as the cable channels. But then I also have Netflix and Hulu. So I have those three things. You put them all together, that's plenty of entertainment right there.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yep. I still have a cable boxes.
Yeah, my mom still pays for it. I could live entirely without it. The one in my room actually doesn't work at all. And I have a subreddit for every sport that I watch that has streams for all of them. So I could live entirely without ever seeing cable again.
I have not paid for cable in the past 5 years. The 3 years, no, I'm sorry, 2 years prior to that, I paid for cable because it was cheaper to have the internet with the cable. Never hooked up the cable boxes. I have never had working cable since I've been moved out of my parents' house for the past decade. No reason. Never had a reason to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really watch any TV. It's more my wife and live sports and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to be really into sports. So like when I had the garage, before we had the kid, and before I really got into computers and shit, all I did was watch sports. So it was always a good excuse to have a bunch of people over the house and drink.
All right, everybody. That is going to be it for the podcast tonight. We are going to go around the room one final time, reintroduce you guys to everybody that is here tonight. They're going to announce their social media and if they have any awesome events coming up on any of their shit. So, Mr. Vansman, we'll start with you, sir.
I am Vans. I'm know how to pronounce this. I'm Vans. I'm Vans. With 2 S's, all caps on Twitter. I don't have anything coming up. I want to, at one point, get a capture card and stream some Smash, but who knows? I just bought a TV, so that won't happen relatively soon.
My name is SaltySam. You can find me on Twitch at SaltySam, Twitter at the SaltySam, Instagram, Salty All Day. I'm not posting hunting pictures, but that's what I'll be doing this week because I'm not stupid.
Wait, what is that? Why does that make you stupid?
Because I don't want to get attacked by fucking idiots online for killing animals and eating them.
Oh.
Even though they are
okay.
delicious.
I am killing them and eating them.
Yeah, no.
I just don't want to
that's
get
what-
attacked from people I
Oh.
don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. I posted a hunting picture in Discord, but I guess that's Discord, not Twitter.
I was going to post one. I was this close, and I was like, no. Let's not.
I want to see the after meat, though, please.
Oh, yeah, no. I will post a box of cut-up deer that PETA will love just the same as
There you go.
the deer hanging from a tree.
My man.
Tag 'em.
My name is Jimmy, aka MiddleAgedStream. You can find me on Twitch and Instagram at MiddleAgedStream, MiddleAgedStream on Twitter. Back to streaming 3 days a week, starting this week. At least for this week and probably next week. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Be a mix of some old and some new. I am planning on trying to get some Red Dead in, get some Smash in, maybe a little NES Classics in as well. Yeah, just excited to be having time to play more video games.
My name is Knackers. You can find me on this very channel. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Knackers with 3 A's. Thank you so very much, everybody, for coming out and hanging with us during the podcast. We will see you next week for episode 81, where it will be a 1v1 with the creator of OBS. And I'm super fucking stoked about that
That's
one,
sick.
brother.
That's legit, dude.
Yeah, I'm fucking stoked. So that's going to be awesome. So if you guys want to be around for that podcast, we'll see you guys next Sunday. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with us. We hope you have a great night. If you want to participate in the raid of another channel. Stick around for just a couple minutes, but other than that, thank you guys. Have a great night. Goodbye.
Motherfuckers. Motherfuckers.
Surprise, motherfucker.